Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel once again. It is 2000 points and it is the Cadians versus the forces of chaos. And as you can see here, it is literally the fall of Cadia. Blood splattered all across the battlefield. Ammunition dumps here, desperate to gain ammunition, wrecked buildings and ruins, and chaos has infested the world of Cadia. The mark of chaos is literally on this beloved planet of Cadia. The fall of Cadia has begun. Right, so this is the 2000 points of the Cadians that has been sent to defend this sector at all costs. And we have today in command Colonel Maxfield Knuckles. He is in command of the 501st Knuckleheads, one of the famous regiments of the 18th Cadian Army Group. So he has the Warlord trait, the Relic of Lost Cadia. So core units within 12 inches for the first turn, not the first turn, sorry, on the turn on which he activates the Relic, units within 12, that are core units, get reroll 1s to hit and to wound, but you are chaos, so that means it's reroll hit rolls and wound rolls, so we will be getting the maximum benefit here for the forces of the Cadians. So Maxfield Knuckles, commander here, he has got a plasma pistol and a regimental rod, aka close combat weapon. And he is also the Warlord today. So keeping it to the narrative, we're going to give him the Cadian Warlord trait, which is whenever a successful order has been issued on a 4+, another order has been successfully issued to another unit. So he has that ability there. Now in his tactical officer is another patron, George Whitehall. He is a tactical officer, aka platoon commander. He has got a las pistol and power sword. And then we have James Ortero, who's one of the sponsors of the YouTube channel. He holds the banner of this particular platoon. He is equipped with the platoon banner, las pistol and chainsword. And then we have the command squad, of course, with the Voxcaster, Medipack and the Flamer. And then in dedicated transport we have a Chimera with multi-laser and a hull-mounted heavy bolter. And then we have the 1st Infantry Squad, a patron here, which is Zach Butler. He's going to represent himself as a guardsman in this particular mission. And all of the guardsmen are equipped with for the sergeant, las pistol and chainsword, and then we have a Voxcaster for another guardsman, and then we have the grenade launcher for the specialist guardsman there. So for the patrons, we have Sergeant Drew Gomez. He's in command of this squad, and then specialist guardsman Donald Hammer with the grenade launcher, Anthony and Harrison Leach, father and son. They are in this squad here as well. And then we have Ben Wydern here for this squad here. He is a guardsman 2nd class. And then we have for this squad here, I've decided to go for the Type 2 Infantry squad. So Sergeant Peter Nastro is in command here. He's got a heavy bolter with this squad here, replacing the 2 guardsmen. And with this squad, Patrick Darling, Sergeant 1st Class Patrick Darling, he's in command of this squad. And then his subordinate officer, NCO, is Marshall Cummings. He is a Lance Corporal. And then we have another guardsman 2nd Class, Jesse Patton. And this squad is equipped with a heavy weapons team that is an auto cannon. And then we have Charles Cranford, who is the Commissar in this game, and he has equipped with a Power Fist. And then we have a Ministorum Priest, and then we have a Primaris Psyker. He's got Smite, and he's got Gaze of the Emperor and Psychic Maelstrom, so something a little bit different here. And he's going to need it against the forces of Chaos in this particular mission. So then we have the tank support here. So in command of this spearhead detachment, it's not a spearhead detachment, it is a battalion detachment, but for the purposes of formations, we have Taylor Griselli, who's in command of this Leman Russ. So the Leman Russ is equipped with a hull mounted las cannon, battle cannon, and 2 sponson heavy bolters, and of course the hunter killer missile upgrade. And then we have 2 Leman Russ plasma executioners, all of what you can see here, the plasma sponsons, the plasma cannon, and of course the hull mounted las cannons on both. And Raycross is in command of this Leman Russ, and Tyler Gavin is in command of this Leman Russ here. Oh, no. Then of course we have the artillery, and Winston Adkins, he is a big fan of artillery pieces, so he's going to command a basilisk today. And then there's 3 other basilisks, and another basilisk is commanded by Luke Zwingel. That's his basilisk here today, and an anonymous character here, another basilisk there. Now, in command of the monstrosity, which is the heavy tank of the Ash Militarum, it is the Macarius Vanquisher. And I looked at the stats on the Games Workshop Warhammer app, and it's quite interesting now. They've changed the rules for this. It still has adamantium tracks, which is really, really good, but the Vanquisher cannon is a lot better. So it's basically heavy 2, and it's strength 9, AP -4, and it's a flat 9 damage, and that's per weapon. So that's a potential of 18 damage, and furthermore, it's +1 to hit against monsters and vehicles. So it's hitting on 3s, and I spent 2 command points for having the regimental keyword and the new FAQ for the super heavy auxiliary detachment. So that's a really, really interesting trait to have. So I'm going to try out the Macarius Vanquisher for this particular battle report here. So in summary, the doctrine for the Cadians is if they stay still, they reroll 1s to hit when shooting in the shooting phase. It doesn't count for Overwatch. And the command points I had is 12 command points, spent 3 on the relic, and of course the trait there for the super heavy auxiliary detachment for the Macarius Vanquisher, and giving him the tank ace ability. So that there is 2,000 points on the nose. 2,000 points on the nose, and of course I must do my chant, Cadia stands, and for the Emperor. So let's take a look at the forces of Chaos. And of course, not forgetting the Ultramarines players that are supporting me on Tier 7+. We have Darren Gardner, Dean Lyturn, and Marcus Fraze. You will get your Patreonic dice in this particular battle report with the Cadians. So for the first time on the channel, we welcome Lukeaz Furmaniak on the channel. Thank you, Lukeaz, for coming down. We have waited for a year, for an entire year, for Lukeaz to come down due to lockdown restrictions and everything like that. But finally, he's here, and we're looking forward to having this great classic match-up. So, Lukeaz, what have you got in your army?
Well, I've brought a pretty much little bit of everything Chaos Force. Yeah. It's mostly focused, of course, around the Blood Keep, which is my Chaos Knights, with my Warlord here, the Bloody Duke, and his vassal, the Red Knight, which is a Knight Rampager, slightly converted, and a nice pack of War Dogs to scout out and hunt down any early threats, like that terrifying Macarius. Due to the forces of Chaos liking unexpected allies, I've got a nice squad of Furies, which should hopefully disrupt your orderly lines. And then I've got a detachment of, well, I'm using Chaos Space Marine rules. These are basically the serfs, the feudal servants of the Knight household. We have Counts as Khorne Berserkers and a Dark Apostle here, which are all sort of biogenetically engineered chosen champions from the serf class, and the cultists, of course, made from converted corridor miniatures, because
Brilliant.
don't they just look the part? And of course, the Nightmare Shadow, a nice little demon prince made from, it is a GW model, I can't get it anymore, but
Yeah.
so that's 3 separate detachments.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where the lion's share of my CP have gone, but, I mean, well, it's a nice characterful army to face a really nice characterful army.
Oh, there you go. Well, classic force, 2,000, is it 2,000 points?
2,000 points.
2,000 points,
yeah.
so we're equal. Brilliant. Okay, so I've downloaded the latest update today on Battlescribe with regards to points and everything like that, so it's all up to date, and it's, well, 2,000 point apiece. It's brilliant, so it's fantastic stuff. So what do I think of this force? It is quite intimidating, especially with 2 Chaos Knights. That's quite a force to reckon with, and of course the infantry as well. This is going to be a classic matchup. Really looking forward to this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the scenario and deployment. So we're doing the mission today, which is the Grand Tournament 2020 Strike Force. So it's the Scouring. So mission briefing. So both sides are sweeping through the area, taking scout units to identify and scan sites of strategic importance. However, not all sites of equal worth. Victory will go to the warlord who can secure the most valuable sites and cripple the enemy's ability to locate others. Primary objectives. Victory points are awarded for controlling objective markers as follows. Progressive and objective. You are charged with a total domination of the battlefield. Storm every site of tactical import, lest they fall into the enemy hands, and victory will be assured. So at the end of each player's command phase, the players whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions. They satisfy for a maximum of 15 victory points. They control 2 or more objective markers. They control 3 or more objective markers. They control more objective markers than their opponent controls. This primary objective cannot be scored during the first battle round. Secondary objectives. In this mission, when players are selecting their secondary objectives, they can, if they wish, choose for one of them to be a strategic scan. See below. Strategic scan. Endgame objective. Your forces must secure and control strategic sites in the area long enough for your recon units to perform their scans and transmit the intel back to the High Command. If you select this objective, then units in your army can perform the following action. Strategic scan action. 1 or more of your units in your army can start to perform this action at the end of your movement phase. Each unit from your army that starts to perform this action must be in range of a different objective marker that has not already been scanned by a unit from your army. See below. A unit cannot start this action while there are any enemy units, excluding aircraft, in range of the same objective marker. This action is completed at the start of your next command phase, or at the end of the battle, whichever happens first. If this action is successfully completed, that objective marker is said to have been scanned by your army. You score a number of victory points at the end of the battle, depending on how many times units from your army completed this action, this battle, as shown in the table below. So this is the deployment map here, and we're going to go straight on to deployment. Right, we've placed the objective markers on the battlefield. So we have an objective here, then we have an objective here, and of course we have the objective right in the center of the battlefield, very befitting for this scenario here. And then we have an objective there, objective here. And we're going to use the whole board for the purposes of cinematics, and so that shooting you can have a little bit of a bonus, I suppose, and it's kind of like a fitting thing. So but deployment would be pretty much the same as like in the book here. So it's not we've read it, it's a recommendation, not an actual fitting. So Lucas has already agreed off camera. Yes.
For the record, yes, I have agreed.
Yes.
He's not putting words in my mouth.
So we just want to make it like a nice big board, don't we?
Yeah.
So keeping it to the classic theme of filming games. So now it's clarification of terrain. So these count as ruins, of course. These are ruins. Now these are craters as well over here. And we've also done barricades for these areas here, which counts as light and heavy cover, and over here as well, and over there, and like 1 or 2 bits over here. So obviously the whole infantry, if behind, will receive those benefits. So that there is the clarification of terrain, and we're going to go straight on to deployment. Right, we've rolled off for deployment. Now the forces of the Cadians have won the roll-off off camera, and they are going on this end. Now Lucas interestingly said he thought that we were going to deploy over here because you can fit a tank inside this cathedral here, or once was cathedral, but it's been tainted by the forces of chaos. So the Cadians will be going over here, and the forces of chaos will be deployed in this deployment zone over here. Right, we've chosen our secondary objectives, and what have I chosen, Lucas?
Well, there's our obligatory strategic scan as part of the mission.
Yeah.
And then, unsurprisingly, considering who you're facing, you've taken Titan Slayer and engage on all fronts.
Yeah, so that's the mission, secondary objective missions for both sides, and now we're going to go straight on to deployment. Right, we've both chosen our secondary objectives, and what was the ones that I've gone for? I think I've gone for Titan Slayers.
Yep.
And
engage on all fronts.
Engage on all fronts, and also the one from the mission
strategic scan, which we
both have to do. So we've agreed about that off camera there. So what have you chosen, Lucas?
So for my 2 options, for the Bloodkeep being a very coronate force, I've chosen thin their ranks. Obviously, and also one I've never played before, Raise the Banners.
Raise the Banners. Ah, yes, okay. I wonder what banners you'll be raising in this sector. Heresy.
Okay,
Marks of chaos.
No, they're all very patriotic Cadians, mounted on spikes.
Mounted on spikes. Oh, this is getting worse and worse and worse. This poor planet has been besieged. So that's the secondary objectives, and we're going to roll off camera and we're going to do our deployment for the forces. Right, the forces have been deployed. It started off with the Cadians deploying first, so we'll talk about the Cadian deployment first before we move on to the Chaos forces. So I've deployed an infantry squad on the top here with the heavy weapons squad, so heavy weapons team on the top there. And that's commanded by Sergeant Peter Nastro here, commanding this infantry squad. And then we have Taylor Griselli's Lehman Russ on this flank here to engage against this threat over there. It looks very, very intimidating. And then we have the tank commander behind, hopefully going to issue some orders as well. So the Lehman Russ battle cannon's got a long range, it's a range 72 weapon there, which is good. And then we have the artillery at the back, commanded by Winston Adkins. He is in command of this battery, and then second in command is Luke Schrengel with this basilisk here. And then we have Thomas Matthews's Macarius Vanquisher deployed right in the centre over here. And then we have the Chimera with the company command squad inside the Chimera. And then we have an infantry squad here, hopefully going to try as best as we can, if we dare as humble guardsmen, try and grab some objectives here. So remember, it's old codex and that kind of thing, so the guard are desperate when it comes to tactics. Chaos know about it as well.
It's fine, I'm playing a coordinate army, we don't have tactics.
we don't have tactics, they just charge and slaughter.
Yeah, your shooting phase is going to be funny.
Yeah, shooting phase is going to be quite entertaining. So we're more reliant upon the shooting aspect, as of course, compared to close combat. We have an infantry squad on the top here, manning this cathedral. And then we have an infantry squad on the top here with the auto cannon, and then another infantry squad in support of the warrant officer, George Whitehall, and then the minister and priest with this infantry squad, which is led by an anonymous sergeant, actually. There is no name. So that's that deployed over there. That's the forces of the Cadians, and Lukeaz is going to tell us about what he's done with deployment over here. So tell us, Lukeaz, what have you done, sir?
Very simply, infantry in the front line,
Yeah.
rushing forward to try to raise the banners on the closest objectives before they get mercilessly shot down. And then, of course, they're very much supported by the armoured might of the knights, who will be approaching into sort of separate columns. Well, I say one's a column, one's on his own, but it's a rampager, so who cares?
Let's take a look at this from
and then, of course, we have my rapid mobile force, my Furies, and a Demon Prince with wings hiding in the belfry. The bats are in the belfry. Yeah. And they will be moving, pretty much jumping from cover to cover, most likely. Yeah. Because that is a lot of firepower arraigned against me.
Yeah. You can literally also, you can walk over the tank traps as well.
Yeah, so, because the Titanic units are all fine. Yeah. The only ones who couldn't do that, I believe, are the War Dogs, which are just walkers. But they're in front of them, so they'll just be rushing forwards.
Okay.
It's playing a coordinate force, but certainly going to be playing objectives in this, and not just trying to butcher you. Because who knows?
Even though it's tempting, it's about the mission.
It's tempting, but I feel I'll gain a moral victory if I gain over halfway across the table with this gun line.
Righty-ho. So that's the deployment for the forces of chaos. Just a quick shout out to all the patrons that are supporting me on the channel. How you can get involved is, I've just fast forwarded it so you can see how you can get involved and how you can support me at the end of this video. So for future reference, I'm going to do a new thing now on future battle reports. So I'm going to divide the videos into chapters. So this will be the battle report and etc, and the end credits and how you can get involved. So all the things that are popping up around now are the video thumbnails and that kind of thing, how you can get involved. So if you want to support me, just simply hit the like and subscribe button, and also if you want to contribute a little bit further to the page, head over to patreon.com. Thanks for the sponsors as well. We're using Gammat.eu terrain here. This is one of their mats that they have provided on the channel. So that's it for a quick synopsis of sponsorships. Now, Lukeaz, do you have any social media networks that you want to shout out?
I have social media. I have several things. First of all, for social media, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram under Hydriatus. That's Hydraiatus.
Okay.
You can see some sort of in-progress photos of actually this army being built, as well as some focus shots. Or just, come chat on Twitter or berate me for my army choice or tactics of what's about to happen. I also host and produce the Tritone Gambit podcast, which you can find wherever there are good podcasts. And I run a YouTube channel called Team Armchair General.
Okay.
And just as a quick thank you again to James and the JB Wargaming channel for allowing this, well, not really a collaboration because it's not very active on my part, but for having me down for this.
Oh, thank you very much for coming down, Lukeaz. Likewise, and it's great to have this classic encounter here. So, that's the announcements over. I have in front of me the Golden Holocron of Destiny. It's initiative time. Who will seize the initiative? Will it be me? Will it be you first? Who's going to roll first? Me?
Host first.
A host first. Okay, fair enough.
Set the bar.
For the Emperor. A 3. Okay, that's below average. Oh, he's going to take the Golden Holocron.
Well,
will he snatch it? Will he snatch the initiative?
I'll have a personal goal for this scenario. Kill the patrons. Kill the patrons.
Kill the patrons. That's a 3. Well. Okay. That's a reroll.
Okay.
Okay, take 2. That's a 6.
Oh, there we go. There we go. The Cadians are showing their tactical acumen there.
So he gets a 6, he will
Whereas we
equalise.
just scream, blood for the blood god!
That's a 1. So in the new rules, Cadians have to go first. So the Cadians have the initiative, and we're going on to a new battle round. It's battle round 1, turn 1, for the forces of the Imperium. Let battle commence. Right, it's the end of the command phase, which I've simply regained a command point, bringing the total CPs to 10 command points in total. So that's the command phase done, and I've summarised the movement phase right now. So the infantry squad here has pushed forward, and they are within 3 inches of this objective. The officer has stood still, the commanding officer of the 501st. He has stood behind cover so that the Chaos forces won't target him there. So he's safe there, but he's going to bark some orders here. Probably issue first rank fire, second rank fire orders if they are in range. The next thing that I've done is I've turned the turret on the Macarius Vanquisher and he's selected a target against this Chaos Renegade Knight here. The artillery, the command tank has stood still in reserve, and we pushed forward now the Leman Russ executioners forward to get in range and engage against the Chaos forces over here. That's it for the purposes of movement. We've also moved this squad forward as well. Before I forget, they are within 3 inches as well of that objective. So that's the end of the movement phase on turn 1, battle round 1. We're going to go straight on to the psychic phase. And there's actually nothing to do on the psychic phase because there's no powers that he can cast at the moment, so not within range yet. So what we're going to do now is going to go straight on to the shooting phase for the Astra Minotaur. Okay, I've done the orders here, just to clarify. I'm going to do forwards for the Emperor because they're not within 24 with their las guns. If I move with forwards for the Emperor, they'll be in range to engage against the Chaos forces over there. And do forwards for the Emperor, very befitting, trying to secure this objective over here. So they're going to do forwards for the Emperor as well. I've done Smite at Will with this tank because it moved. So it's re-rolling those ones, and I have the chance to supercharge with the plasma. And of course, I'm going to do Pound Them to Dust, which is the Cadian tank order. It's issued an order to himself. That's the tank. That's the orders and tank orders done. And go straight on to the shooting phase. So forwards for the Emperor for this squad.
Yep.
It's 4 inches, and forwards for the Emperor for this squad is 6 inches. So 12 inches in total for that squad. Okay, 4 of the infantrymen are out of range, but the grenade launcher and the other 4 guardsmen are in range with their las guns. So 5 shots into the berserkers. Okay, 2 hits. No wounded, as expected from a las gun. Then frag, I'm going to I'm going to do a crack shot.
Okay.
So needing a 4 to hit. I miss. So that's swinging past there from the corner berserker. Okay, so declared our targets. We're going to fire the las cannon into the Mach 1 here because we've done overkill against one particular model, but we want to fire 3 of the plasma weapons into the front war dog. This is the 2d3 shots with the plasma rate of fire. Oh dear, there's only 2 shots. And then this is for the main primary weapon.
Is that the supercharged one?
Yeah. I'm going to have to...
CP reroll?
CP a reroll? That is awful. Now, when I do this, I have to reroll both the dice, or is it one of the dice?
To the FAQ!
To the FAQ, we'll find out.
Back in a second.
Okay, we just checked in the section for command rerolls, and I believe I reroll both the dice for the command reroll. It's not just one die, what it used to be. It's actually a command reroll in general.
It says reroll the roll itself,
okay.
And if the roll includes 2 dice, it includes 2 dice.
Will I get a double 6?
No.
Okay, 5. That's
Almost
a bit
got a double
more
1
respectable.
again.
So we'll get Now I will be supercharging because I have the tank order smite at will. So I'm going to
roll to hit.
Roll to hit, needing 4 to hit. Yeah, this is a regular Lehman Russ. None supercharged. None have been overheated. So it's 4 hits.
It's dependable.
And it's strength 8, toughness 7.
3s.
So that's 2 wounds, AP minus 3.
Well,
it's got 5 up invuln, it looks like.
Yep, 5 up invuln because its normal save is a 3.
Okay.
So it's not that much better. So 2 saves of 5.
Saves 1
made,
and that's 2 damage that goes through.
2 damage, okay.
Down to 10 wounds remaining. The las cannon into the back war dog. Now I'm going to target this one. Needing 4s.
Boom.
5's a hit, and strength 9, toughness 7. That's a wound, a beautiful wound of a 6. That's a 5. Nope. No, but it's D6 damage. Yep. Las cannon is 6. That's half dead already. Ouch! The las cannon, nasty shot there. Okay, we've got this infantry squad here, and they're going to target the berserkers. And I'm going to do reroll 1s. So heavy bolter.
Yep.
2 hits. Toughness is 4. 3's to wound for heavy bolt. Ah, no wound. The Chimera that's behind over here. It's got a multi-laser. You can fire all its firepower into the berserkers. I didn't declare what this was, so I'm going to do a 4+. It's the heavy bolters. No, it's the multi-lasers. So it's the multi-laser shots. So it's reroll 1s because I am Cadians. Strip 6. 1 wound. No AP. Minus. So flat 3 up save. That's a save. That's good. Now the heavy bolters. Reroll 1s. Exactly the same. 2 hits this time.
And 3s.
3s. 1 wound. AP minus 1. And so each one of these is 2 damage because they're heavy bolter.
That over spills. Over spills then.
Over
only
spills,
1 wound each. Yeah.
Only 1 wound each.
Save.
And no, it's AP minus 1.
Yep, so 1
berserker has been brought down. Okay, the Plasma Executioner, maximum firepower, would you believe there's 18 shots from Plasma. And then the las cannon, realising it's a bit overkill, it's going to shoot into the night. Yeah. So I'm going to do the las cannon first. It's just a regular Lehman Russ, so needing a 4, which misses. Okay, we're going to leave that. And then we're going to fire 18 shots here. 18 shots with the Plasma, needing 4s. I'm not supercharging.
Because of blast.
Because of blast. I moved, so I don't get to reroll the 1s.
Fair amount of 1s as well.
So that's why I didn't. Oh, there's a few. That's it. Not that good. But 2s will be kills. And another 2 1s. That's 5 dead. Instantly. Cool. Just pulverised there. The autocannon on this infantry squad is going to try and take out the berserkers. So it's 2 shots, 1 hit, strength 7, toughness 4, 3's to wound, and that's a wound. It's AP minus 1. If you fail this, it's 2 damage. It's an autocannon. That's a 3, AP minus 1. Another berserker has been brought down.
You're doing 2 damage to 1 wound models. That's not exactly efficient. So.
Now, playing against Chaos, I thought power armor. Chaos Space Marine should have 2 wounds, but technically it hasn't been updated from Games Workshop at this current time.
Nope, they have not received it. All Loyalist power armor models are in 2 wounds.
I wonder why there's a bit of angry faces on the community. Okay. Well, do you want to play it as though it's 2 wounds?
No, we're playing with classic codices.
Okay,
completely fine.
Okay, we're playing rules as written, so fair is fair. What's your opinion about it? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. We've done the sequence of fire for the command vehicle led by Taylor Griselli. So his Lehman Russ tank is going to shoot its battle cannon into the weakened war dog, and then we have the las cannons going to shoot into this war dog here. The heavy bolters are out of range. So I'm going to do the las cannon now. Needing a 3+ to hit, rerolling 1s. That's a 3 because he's a tank commander. And it's 3's to wound. 5's a wound. AP minus 3 does have a 5+ invulnerable save.
Nope.
And that's a 1. Do you want to spend a command reroll?
I can only do it once per turn. And it's 5 up, so that's a 1 in 3 chance.
1 in 3 chance. Okay, statistically.
And how much damage does the battle cannon? Oh, this is the last cannon, which does D6.
D6. If I roll a 6,
you're shooting the 10 or the 6.
I'm rolling. This is against the 6.
In that case, it is worth a CP.
Okay.
In that case, trying to keep 1 alive for the weapons is worth a try.
That's fine. Okay. 5 plus.
Nope.
It doesn't know.
Oh well.
And D6 damage.
Roll bad.
With a command reroll and standby.
Emperor forsake you.
3.
You have crippled it to its lowest stat line.
Okay. So I'm going to keep that result as it is. So there's 3 wounds left on this war dog here. Battle cannon with smite at will order on standby. I'm going to keep that.
I wonder why.
That's 9 shots. Right. Here we go. So needing 3s to hit, rerolling 1s. This is against the front. War dog. This generates another hit. Oh.
Strength?
Strength 8.
Toughness 7, 3s.
AP minus 2.
1 under.
Okay, that's 7 wounds, AP minus 2.
So that's a 5 up armor or a 5 up invuln.
I could have spent a relic point to get flat 3 damage, but I'm not going to do that.
I don't think you need to
too
at that
nice.
point. And this is on the 10 wounds remaining one.
It's on the 10 wounds remaining one, yeah.
So that's 7 saves.
Yeah.
6 dice here.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what I'm picking. These are all 5 ups.
Yeah, 5 ups. Okay, save 2. That's good. So 4d3 damage. 4d3 damage. If I roll high,
that should kill it. 3.
So that's 3.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 damage.
So down to 3.
Down to 3 wounds remaining as well.
Oh, they're both.
Okay, the Macarius Vanquisher, commanded by Thomas Matthews, is going to shoot into this Imperial Knight. How will it do with its new
Chaos
upgraded
Knight.
firepower? Chaos Knight! Chaos Knight! Yes! Oh, filthy chaos! I stood still with this vehicle. Now you are a vehicle, keyword, aren't you? So I get
Titanic vehicle.
And Titanic vehicle. So I get +1 to hit against vehicles and monsters.
So you're heading on 3s with
3s.
rerolling 1s because you do get the regiment trait, don't you?
Yes, because I spent the CP for doing that. So here we go. Needing 3s to hit, reroll 1s. I reroll the 1s. Okay, it's heavy 2. Okay. Right, only 1 hit goes through. Now it is strength 9. I'm going to actually just going to double check the strength stats here. I just read the stats. It's not strength 9. It's strength 16.
Which is why I'm spending a CP to rotate Iron Shield, so I have a +1 to my invuln save. Because
Okay, so it's strength 9. Sorry, strength 16. AP minus 4. And
because I'm only very
9 damage.
8.
So here we go. So needing a 2 to wound. And it wounds. Rotating his Iron Shield for 1 command point, and it pays off. No damage whatsoever, but that would have been a flat 9 damage. Winston Adkins' Basilisk is going to shoot into this war dog at the front. Earthshaker Cannon gets to reroll the ordnance as its special rule. It has a range of 260-inch range. I think it's in range.
Somewhere over that side.
Somewhere beyond. So, rate of fire is 3. I'm going to re-roll that because of the nature of the weapon. That's a 1.
Well, that's what you get for gambling.
One-shot wonder. Needing a 4, re-rolling 1s. Luke Dringrel, steal the glory at the same target. Rate of fire is 2. I will re-roll that. That's a 3. Better.
An improvement.
Okay, an improvement. 4s. What is happening to my artillery? But fortunately, I reroll 1s. Oh, 6. Okay, we've got
reroll 1s to wound. Oh no, that's the hit. Yes.
So strength 9, toughness is
7.
7 is 3s, and that's a wound. That's AP minus 3.
It's an invuln save of 5 up again.
Here we go. No, it's D3 damage.
These dice are betraying me.
And it's a 6.
He's gone.
He's gone. The first Titanic unit has gone.
It's not
Titanic. It's not Titanic.
No,
okay.
those are just war dogs.
But does it explode?
They do explode.
Okay, we'll find out what the blast radius is. Does it explode?
No.
1. It does not explode.
It just crumples.
It just crumples to the ground and is removed as a casualty. The Basilisk is going to target this war dog. D6 shots. 3. Now, I'm not going to re-roll that.
Do it! Do it!
Never. 4s.
There you go.
2 hits. Strength 9. 1 wound only. AP -3. 5 up in bum. He makes it this time. The other war dog lives. Right. That's all the shooting, it looks like. Everything else is out of range. Charges to declare. No. So that's the end of the charge phase as well as the shooting phase and morale phase. So you've got to do some morale, Lukeaz. The berserkers have taken some casualties. So roll a dice and see what you get. Don't roll high.
Yeah, I forgot it's 1d6 now.
1d6.
So long since I played a game, I'm like, it's 2d6 for morale take. No, it's not. They're
2.
fine.
They're fine, and the cultists at the front.
Who are using the Dark Apostles, who's
Dark
behind
Apostles.
them bonus because of his character rule.
Okay. That's a
5.
5.
So his leadership is 8, so they fail by 2.
A fail by 2.
2 run away.
So 1 runs away.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And then you have to roll an attrition test for each model, and any roll of a 1, they run away. So how many
9
models
dice.
are left? 9 dice. So any rolls of 1s, they run away as well. So he's just getting his dice. So here we go. 2 more run away for that there. So that concludes the morale phase. I'm going to go straight on to a new turn for the Chaos forces now. Will the Chaos press forward and do a counter attack and damage against the forces of Cadia? We're going to go on to turn 1 on battle round 1 for the forces of Chaos. Something is happening at the beginning of the turn 1 for Chaos. What is happening, Lukeaz?
The Dark Apostle chants a prayer to the Dark Gods.
Oh dear.
It's not Dark Auxiliary. He begins with using Benedictions of Darkness. He has to roll a d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because he has 2 Dark Disciples with him, he's got extra, it's easier for him to achieve the roll.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to roll nothing but a 1.
Okay.
6.
Fine. Okay.
Benediction of Darkness goes off.
Okay, right, it goes off there. And what bonuses does that give you?
If this prayer is heard, pick 1 friendly legion unit within 6 of this priest.
Yep.
Cultists.
Cultists.
Subtract 1 from hit rolls made for attacks with ranged weapons that target this unit.
Okay. Useful. We'll do that and put the dice on to remind him. So that there is the end of the command phase and beginning of the movement phase. So we're going to go on to the movement phase off camera for the Forces of Chaos on turn 1. Right, it's the end of the movement phase. I've changed perspective when it comes to the camera angle, just to give a little bit of flavour onto the battlefield. So it looks as though the Chaos Forces have pushed forward to grab objectives here. Now, what have you done, Lukeaz?
I've been playing with my objectives in mind, so my cultists and my berserkers have run forward and planted flags.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll start generating more victory points for me, and hopefully make up for the fact that you're about to massacre me with gunfire. Apart from that, pretty much everything's charged forwards. My Furies, the Demon Prince, and my Rampager. Yeah. The War Dogs have limped forward as best they can to get into range with their thermal spears. Yeah. And my Knight, spoiler, Desecrator, the Gun Knight over there, has also walked up and prepared to unleash its Avenger Gatling on those guardsmen. Oh.
Yes. Now, there's that balance of holding back shooting at distance, but then I can't grab objectives. Whereas with you, you can't shoot back, but you want to go forward grabbing objectives. So it's that classic balance, isn't there, in this game? So I've just realised that. So, yeah, good stuff here. So the next thing we're going to do now is there's no psychic powers for you. Nope. Okay, so we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase for the Forces of Chaos. So what Lukeaz wants to do is he wants to go along the line, starting on this side, all the way along here when it comes to the sequence of any shooting abilities. So it looks like you're going to do this War Dog here, I'm presuming.
The wounded War Dog is going to unleash his, well, hopefully he's in range. He's going to unleash his thermal spear at that Plasma Leman Russ.
Okay, I'm going to check the range here, off of camera. Check this on camera, I've agreed.
Limping one is
literally limping. So
he's going to have to shoot at the guardsman instead.
Shoot the guardsman instead, so it's just out of range there, but these guardsmen, I don't think they're going to last that long. 3 shots automatic, because there's 10 models in that unit. So your ballistic skill, I think
5.
5
He's
plus
heavily wounded.
is heavily damaged. So here we go. Okay, he's got a hit, and it's going to be 2s to wound.
Yeah. Strength 8.
Yeah. Choose to kill 1.
Yep.
Yeah,
1 is melted.
1 has been melted, which will be this guardsman here. Now the pintle-mounted weapon.
Pintle, hull, whatever. It's also a 5.
And that is a
Nothing.
3. Okay, that's
nothing.
nothing. Okay, only 1 guardsman has been slain here. Okay, so it's D3 shots now. Now this war dog is in range of the executioner. So D3 shots against the vehicle, and he rolls 1.
Classic.
Do you want to spend a command reroll?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, he's going to do a command. Realise he said it's a very nasty Lehman Russ. You're shooting at a patron here.
Yep.
Taylor Griselli.
Kill the patrons, kill the patrons. 2.
Yeah,
okay. It's an improvement.
It's an improvement. So 2 shots there with the
3s.
Now, what? So it's 3s to hit, and the strength of the weapon is?
Thermal spear, sir, is... Where have you gone? There we go. It is
now.
strength 8.
Strength 8. Toughness 8 is a Lehman Ross.
AP -4.
AP -4, bypass the armour.
So 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
It's like shooting bolters at Marines.
Yep. Here we go. 1. He's already spent a command reroll. And that's a wound. That's AP -4, and the damage is...
Ah, sorry.
And he's just looking
The
at the
damage
stats
is
here.
a D6.
D6 damage.
And this is where I get a really bad roll.
A 4. Okay, so Lehman Russ here is down to 8 wounds. Okay, he's just decided here, maximum firepower to obliterate this poor guardsman squad. Will they survive? Okay, heavy D6 with the iron pod missile.
Iron Storm.
Iron Storm missile.
Only 3.
So 3 shots.
Hitting on 3s.
That's a minimum of 3 anyway, because it's blast,
Yes.
isn't it? So 3 shots anyway.
Yeah, because it's a D6 roll.
Yeah.
So 3 shots anyway.
Okay.
And this is, yep.
Okay, they're all
Hit.
Okay, strength and caliber of the weapon.
The strength of the Iron Storm is 5.
So that's 3 to wound.
3s to wound, AP -1.
2 wounds. Okay, AP -1. I've got plenty of command points left, so I'm going to spend a CP to take cover. Take cover! We need it, boys. So it would have been 6s, now it's 5s to save. It pays off. 1 guardsman has been slain instead of 2. Okay, the Avenger Gatling Cannon.
Nope, that's coming last. We've still got a heavy stubber on that.
Ah, there's a sequence of fire here.
Yeah.
When it comes to cruelty.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Only 1 hit.
Only 1 hit.
And this is a heavy stubber, so it's only strength 4.
Yeah, strength 4. That's a wound.
No AP.
No AP. 4 up save because I take cover. Nope, another guardsman goes down. Ugh. 12 dice for the Avenger.
Again, same target.
Yeah, 3s. You're a Titanic unit and doesn't matter for vehicles anymore.
Yeah, we don't take penalties for shooting heavy weapons.
Yeah, 3s to hit here.
Yep, so there we go.
That's 2s to wound.
Um,
Strength 6.
yeah.
It's 2s to wound. They looks like they've all
That's
wounded.
everything.
Yeah, that's...
And it's AP -2.
This is 9 wounds, is it? Oh dear. Okay. For the Emperor. Will I get 6s? I get none.
You got a 6.
I got 1, but it's not enough, I don't think. They have been obliterated. Oh no, there's a lot of patrons here. So we pay homage to Sergeant Drew Gomez, Anthony Leach. Oh yes, and Harrison Leach is gone. I'm sorry, boys. Anonymous and Donald Hammer. What a shame. We thank you for your support and for being a member of the army group. Cadia stands, brothers. Cadia stands. Well, we took cover and didn't really pay off. Sadly, it's hard at the moment for the poor guardsmen grabbing objectives.
Oh yeah, how's it feel? Shooting face.
Yeah, that's my turn now to take a bit of flack. So that's very true. So retribution has been delivered from the forces of chaos there, wiping out a little bit. Yeah, they're only at 65 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I've damaged Lehman Russ at least.
Yeah, damage to the Lehman Russ, that's true. Down to 8 wounds there. Is there any other shooting?
No.
Cultists, no?
They advanced.
They advanced.
No, they didn't. They did an action to raise the banner. You can't shoot if you're doing an action.
Can't shoot if... Okay, fair enough. So he's performing action over there. So that's the end of Chaos shooting phase on turn 1. Is there any charges?
There's no charges, but I believe I do gain victory points. Because how many people were in that squad?
Yeah, we'll check out the victory points now. Any morale for me to do? No, because they are being obliterated.
Yep.
So we're going to check out victory points at the end of turn 1 for secondary objectives. Right, have you scored any victory points?
I've scored 1 victory, well, the equivalent of 1 victory
Equivalent of
point.
1 victory point. That was to destroy this unit here.
With Defender ranks, you keep a tally of how many models killed, and at the end of the game, you divide it by 10, and that's the amount of victory points. But that was 10 models in that squad, so that mob of patrons was worth a victory point.
Cruel stuff there from the Forces of Chaos. Now, we just discussed off camera that I did do a blunder. Tactical error from my part. It's purely my fault, my blame. I take all the flack here. Why on earth did I advance with this squad here? Because it was already in range. I should have applied the raise the banner
if you
ability.
had taken that as a secondary
If I had
objective,
taken
but
that,
you hadn't.
which I didn't.
Taken engage all fronts, which is a very strange choice to do for a gunline army.
I think I miscalculated here.
Yeah.
There's communication confusion amongst the ranks.
All you need for engage at all fronts is have 1 squad with deep strike. So if you had a squad of scions, which then dropped behind my lines, you would have grabbed that objective.
I would have grabbed that objective. So my fault. I take the blame. But never mind. We want to kill some stuff here with some vehicles.
You certainly are doing that.
So let's find out as we go on to a new battle round. It is battle round 2, turn 2 for the forces of the Cadians. Of giggling in the background here at the beginning of battle round 2. No victory points have been secured for the forces of the Cadians because of that unit there that was wiped out. So no victory points at the beginning of the battle round for the forces of the Cadians, but they need to strike back fast when it comes to anti-tank firepower. Let's see what they can do. The end of the movement phase for the Cadians on turn 2, battle round 2. The Minister and Priest has decided to issue the strategic scan on this objective here. So hence the objective marker has next to it a raise the banner flag, but it's on the side, whereas Lukeaz is actually on the objective to represent that he has the advantage of the secondary objectives. So it is the Minister and Priest that's performing that action. This infantry squad over here has fortified its position over here, just stood still, and that's going to unleash a lot of firepower into that cultist squad over there, probably first rank fire, second rank fire order. This squad has come down from the back ruin over here and has decided to go into the crater here, realising the importance of grabbing objectives. Over here is literally no man's land. It is very, very risky. So what we're going to try and do is try and obliterate anything that goes into the centre over here. So he's pointing at something.
And your priest has stepped forward to actually do that.
Yes, the priest is actually he's leading by example to encourage the men at this troublesome time what's happening to their beloved planet of Cadia. I'm in a mood for this. This is a classic encounter for us Cadians. Chaos against Cadians. Classic. Oh, the heresy. But anyway, I have to progress. Must press forward as to what is going on here in this particular mission. We have the artillery that stood still. The tank commander, I actually forgot to move him. Actually, I'm going to keep it there because I want it to stay still and issue an order to himself to do pound them to dust. Over here, I've advanced with this infantry squad here. I'm probably going to do forwards for the Emperor to grab this objective over here. For this company commander, Maxfield Knuckles has decided to move over here. I did spend a command point to re-roll that run move. Everything else has stood still. The infantry command squad that's inside the Chimera has stood still. The Chimera stood still. That's pretty much it when it comes to the movement. Psychic shenanigans, there is none because I'm out of range. So we're going to go straight on to the orders and shooting phase for the Astra Militara. We can do move, move, move. This is an important roll. 3d6 movement. And I get a 6. That's a good sign here. Okay, declaring all its firepower, we're going to do the heavy stubber and 2 sponson heavy bolters into these bats.
The Furies.
The Furies. And then realising the fury of the Macaris twin Vanquisher cannon is going to try and hit that knight really hard here.
You've targeted with a shooting attack. I spend CP. That Rampager is going to rotate his iron shield.
Rotating iron shields. Here we go. Twin heavy stubber. Needing 4.
Wow!
I stood still, rerolling 1s. I'm not going to activate the relic because it's over here.
Yeah.
2 hits only. Not good. 1 wound though. No AP minus.
Good. They're only toughness 3.
Only toughness 3, so it's 3 wound. So it's only 1 wound anyway.
Okay, still just 1 wound. Okay, they've got 5 up in 1 because they're demons.
Yeah, 5 up in 1. No, and 1 has been brought down. First one has been brought down. Shots with the heavy bolter. 4s.
Ooh.
A little bit better. Now it's 3s. 3s to kill. That's 5 dead.
Well, Invan saves.
Oh, you're in Van saves.
Also, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
5, yeah. Beg your pardon. He's got his 5 up in Van saves.
Don't be so eager to kill me off.
I am eager. We hate chaos.
3 die. I thought 2 die.
No, 2 die. Okay, it's good saving throws there. But still, 2 have been clipped.
That's
their wings.
3 dead this entire
3 dead. Now the twin Vanquisher cannon into the knight.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's rotating his iron shields. He's only got 2 command points though. Mm-hmm. So needing 3s because of
with 1's re-rolling.
With 1's re-rolling. This time
1 hit.
Spending a command re-roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're down to 3 as well.
Oh, down to 7.
Oh, sorry, yes,
Yeah,
I'm looking
7.
at the wrong pile.
Look at the wrong pile.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I've done it again.
Yep.
16. Needed 2 to wound. 2 plus to wound. 2 is a wound. That is the doorbell. That's my phone. Ignore that. AP minus 4.
No! 9 damage, I believe.
9 damage. Flat 9 damage from that.
15 left.
15 wounds left on the knight. Okay, sequence of fire, I've decided with the Plasma Executioner, is I have 6 shots already with the sponson weapons because there's 8 models present in this Berserker unit. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then it's 2d6 with the primary weapon, minimum of 3 each blast. But then the las cannon is going to shoot and just try and destroy this war dog. So 2d6 shots. Okay, so that's 6 shots because it's minimum blast. So it's 12 shots in total with the plasma. So I'm going to do that now. Do I overcharge?
On 1 wound Marines.
On 1 wound Marines.
Who aren't getting an armor save, I believe.
Who aren't getting an... Well, they get 6 up armor. Yeah, I'm not going to supercharge. So, needing 4s to hit. That would have been 4 mortal wounds as well.
Yeah, wow.
Because I moved. But I didn't supercharge.
Thank goodness.
Need 4 hits. And these are 3s to wound, strength 7.
Oh, 3's pretty much to kill.
Yeah. So, 4 wounds. And your armor save is a 3+, and saves a 6+. There we go.
4 saves of 6.
4 saves of 6.
Nothing.
Saves none. And that's 4 berserkers have been brought down. This cannon now. This is Taylor Gavin's tank here. It's going to shoot into this war dog. Here we go. Okay, hits. A good hit. Now 3's to wound. This is no command reroll. That's a 3, that's a wound, AP -3. You got a 5+ invulnerable save. And that's a 2. Have you spent a command reroll already?
Not a reroll, no.
No.
But it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Not on
okay.
a damaged war dog.
Okay. So this is D6 damage, 3+, it's destroyed. And it's a 6. Does it explode on a roll of a 6?
Oops.
Okay, does it blow up? No. Okay, so this is removed as a casualty. Infantry squad on the top are going to fire into the Furies, which are these winged abominations here. So the las guns first. Actually, no. Playing tactically here. I'm going to fire the grenade launcher at frag. So D6 shots. Minimum of 3. That's why I wanted to do it. So I'm going to fire the frag now. Wow, it's good. It's a good hit. Shame about the wounding. It's only strength 3, toughness 3, and now the las guns.
Rerolls because they did stand still.
Reroll those 1s, yes. Because we are Cadians. Okay. Above average. That's only 1 wound, and that's no AP minus.
Still save a 5.
So. One is brought down, another one goes down. Infantry squad at first rank fire, second rank fire, but -1 to hit rolls because Benediction of Darkness has been applied. So I'm going to fire the frag grenade first from the grenade launcher. That's 5 shots. So needing 5s to hit and rerolling 1s, core. He's got a good vision, this guardsman. He's anonymous. He's not a patron, he's anonymous. So it's strength 3, toughness 3. That's 2 wounds.
AP?
AP -0, so it's nothing.
Oh, so 2 saves of 6.
2 saves is 6+. T-shirt save. Saves 1.
1.
But another one has been brought down from the frag. 14 shots with the las guns with first rank fire, second rank fire. And needing 5s to hit, rerolling 1s.
Nice.
Nice, okay. Not too bad. Oh, that's good. Some good marksmen here. A slight communication jamming here when it comes to grabbing objectives, but firepower is another story. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Lucas. This is strength 3, toughness 3. That's good wounding. That's 6 wounds. No AP minus because they're las guns.
Yep.
So needing
6.
6s to save against the cultists. Saves 1, but 5 more have been brought down.
That's because they're about to get stomped.
Yeah, they're about to get stomped, but still, there are fellow gaps still in the patrons page. So I can't say that the patrons take credit here. Will the patrons do? Will they do any damage? We will find out as we continue on this battlefield. No quarter given. Lucas has just said there's 1 cultist left. I don't care. We must purge. Heavy bolter this time. Into the face.
-1 to hit.
-1 to hit.
Good hits.
Rerolling. Oh, told you.
That's
we want to purge. 3s to kill.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Let's take 2 with the multi-laser. Needing 5s. Missed.
Reroll the 1.
Reroll the 1. Yes. Thank you. Oh, 444. -1 because of benediction of darkness.
I just need to roll a 1 on his morale test at the end of this turn.
Unbelievable. It's fantastic. A bit of Hollywood there. Forgot to mention this, but the forgot to fire the las gun arrays from the Chimera, which is in range of the Furies. So Lucas has very kindly allowed me to do that. There's so much to do on camera. There's only so much that you can do as well. So 4s. Rerun 1s. Thankfully. Only 2 hits.
Strength?
Strength 3.
That's 2 wounds, sir.
So it's 2 wounds. No AP minus. No, 2 more have been brought down here. Ouch.
Squack, squack.
Squack, squack. Okay, this Lehman Russ Executioner is going to fire the las cannon into that knight, which has rotated its iron shield. Then the 2 sponson plasmas are going to fire into the Furies. Now, I've already done the rate of fire when it comes to blast, but these 2 are the main weapon. I'm just going to make sure they die. So it's 2d6 shots, minimum of 3. Okay, that is 8 shots. Okay, just need to get one more. So that's all the shots here. So needing 4s, rerolling 1s. Not supercharging because there's no point. It's pretty good actually.
Yep.
And they got their 5-up demon save. 2s to wound. That's 5 1s. So it's 5 wounds, AP -3, but they are demons, so they do get their own buff.
So 5 save of 5.
5 saves of 5.
They're unreliable.
Okay.
4 dead.
4 have been slain. Cannon into the night. Forced hit. Yes. 3s to wound. Strength 9. Yes. And
4 up in
3. 4 up in 1. Saved on the 6. Well done. Okay, we're going to fire the first basilisk, and the honour goes to the anonymous basilisk first, because we want to give glory to the patrons.
Who are you targeting?
Yeah, I'm going to target the knight.
From Patreon,
I know it's got the 4+ in 1, but it's 3s to wound though with the Earthshaker cannon.
So 2d6 discarding
So
lowest.
2d6 discarding the lowest. I do apologise for the error that I made earlier on. It's not 1d6 rerollable, it is 2d6 and you choose the highest result. So that's been corrected now. So I have to choose the 4, so it's 4 shots. This is the anonymous basilisk, number 3. So needing
4s, I believe.
I'm going to spend a stratagem here. Hold on a second. Now, I can't perform the stratagems I was going to do, but I do have a stratagem on standby. I think people will know what that is. So, realising the priority of this target, needing forced hit. We're on those ones. Okay, 3 hits. Strength 9, toughness 8, 3s. They've all wounded. 4 up in vulnerable save because of the rotated iron shields.
2 saved.
2 saved. You're going to spend a command point?
No.
Nope. Okay, so that's D3 damage.
D3 is nothing. 2.
2. Okay, so down to 13, but I'm going to spend 2 command points for overlapping fields of fire. Okay, Luke Schwingel is going to fire his Earthshaker cannon.
And overlapping fields of fire is in play.
In play. And now the heavy bolters can't see the knight. They can't see any other targets. So it's just the Earthshaker cannons alone. So needing... I'm going to pick the 6, because that's 6 shots.
Yep. Well, you have to pick the highest.
Have to pick the highest.
And now 3s, I believe.
It is 3s, and rerolling 1s. Oh, look at that. 5 hits. Strength 9.
3s.
So that's 3 wounds at AP -3, but he does have a rotating iron shield.
2 failed.
2 failed, that's 2d3 damage. That is a 1 and a 6, that's 4 wounds, down to 9. Okay, now, Will Winston Adkins, a fellow patron, Luke Schringel's done his damage as well. Well done, Luke, for doing that. But will Winston Adkins steal the glory? And for his regiment, the fellow Bombardiers, a famous regiment in the 18th Cadian Army Group. We shall find out. Picks the 6 again. And okay, I may call upon Patronic Dice soon, depending on the situation.
I mean, it's 3s.
It's 3s to hit. Rerun 1s.
Wow, 2 1s.
Thank the Emperor. Ah, that's a shame.
2 hits.
3s to wound. Okay, 2 wounds.
2 armistice.
AP -3. Now it's just invuln saves. Passes both.
Boxcars.
Ah, boxcars. Literally. Bang, bang. So we did some damage. It has been bracketed.
A fair few.
A fair few. But we've still got a tank commander to fire at. Okay. I'm going to fire the Hunter Killer Missile first because I don't want to waste the value of its points. So, needing 2s to hit, would you believe, because he's a tank commander and overlapping fields of fire, and re-rolling 1s because he is a tank commander that stood still, and he's forced for Cadian. And he's Cadian, and it's a 3.
Strength?
Strength is 10 now for a hunter killer missile, so needing 3s to wound, and that's a wound. It's AP minus 2. No, and it's D6 damage. Ooh. This is Taylor Griselli's Lehman Russ here. Oh, 1 damage. I've already spent a command reroll. Great shame. Hunter killer missile has done a little bit of damage, but now the las cannon needing 2s.
1 rerolls.
So 1 rerolls.
Thank goodness.
5 is a hit. Okay. Strength 9, toughness 8. 2 is a failure. I've spent my CP, and that's it. That's the damage we could do against that knight there. Now it is the battle cannon and heavy bolters. I'm actually going to do the heavy bolters first.
Yep, against.
Just to get that done. Against the same target.
Yep.
Against the knight.
So again, 2s, I believe.
No, it's 3s. So this one does not overlap fields fire. So 3s. Nice, not bad. That's 3 wounds, and that's AP minus 1. Heavy bolters, strength 5, toughness 8.
Yeah, 3s.
Yeah, 3s. Sorry, 5s, beg your pardon.
Yeah, so that's 3 wounds.
Yeah, 3 wounds. AP minus 1, and remember, the caliber of the weapon is 2 damage.
Yeah. So 4 up armor, 4 up in bun. It's all the same.
Well, has that got 4 up in bun?
Yeah. Oh, which one?
Oh, sorry, that one.
That one. Yeah, I meant this one.
Oh no, it's out of range.
That one's got that's 5 up in bun.
5 up in bun. So you're taking 4 damage.
Yep.
So down to 8 wounds remaining. Now we do the battle cannon. I do have the stratagem on standby. Not a stratagem, order on standby. I'm going to keep that. What would it have been? No, better. So that's 5 plus 3, and that is 8. Okay. It's getting quite tense now. Needing 3s. We're rolling 1s because we're Cadians. Better, son. Right, this is strength 8, toughness 8.
7.
Toughness 7. Oh, the war dogs. Okay, so 3s to wound. Shame about those 1s. So that's nothing we can do about that. So it's AP minus 2. We've got a 5 up in bun or armour save.
Yeah, so in bun again.
So
might as well.
Might as well. He's past 2.
2 more fails, so he's down to 6.
Down to 6. So that's 2d3 damage.
Oh, 2d3 damage. Sorry. So he's on 8 damage now. And how much do you do now? He's on 8, sitting on. So he loses 2 damage. 2 more, so he's down to 6, as I said.
Great shame about the damage input. The hitting was good, but the damage input was lacking there at the end. And that concludes all the shooting for the guard. The guard are not going to charge, of course. So we're going to go straight onto the morale phase. We've got morale checks to do. So we've got the cultist squad over here. Don't roll a
1 or a 2 is enough.
1 or 2 is enough.
Dark Apostle.
Dark Apostle.
Fails.
4.
He's gone.
He's gone. Okay, the cultists have gone there. And then we've got the Furies. 2.
That's 12. That's still a fail.
That's still a fail. So 1 goes, and it's more than 50%. It says 1 or a 2. They run away. Yes, they run away as well. Ah, big blow there. The Furies are gone, and then the Berserkers here. 4 casualties. And that's a 4.
Leadership 8.
Leadership 8, and that's what they needed. So the Berserkers are still alive. Just going to double check.
Sure, someone's going to be screaming at me.
We'll just check.
They are leadership 8. The Berserker is still alive.
Yeah, that's good news for the Berserkers. So the Berserkers are still engaged in this fight here. Lucas has just said something quite interesting. What's happened to the cultists then?
Well, a lot of people like to use the Tide of Traitors stratagem, which allows you to essentially recycle a unit. But to use it, you need to target a cultist unit that's in play, because there's no cultist units in play. The stratagem won't come into play anymore.
Okay, right. So that's a good job we targeted them, because there would have been more reinforcements for the forces of chaos. We have a ton of models left, but the enemy, are winning when it comes to objectives. So it's going to be a very interesting move here. It looks like the knight has secured this objective still, but no one is claiming this objective here. So we're actually now equal on points. So for primaries. So that there is the end of turn 2 for the Cadians, and we're going to go straight on to the command phase for the Forces of Chaos. Right, we've just calculated victory points. This is at the end of the... is it the end of your turn, or is it my turn? You score these points, or is it at the beginning?
It's at the beginning, I believe.
Beginning, okay.
We'll check. Sorry.
We'll check off camera.
Yeah.
We'll still score victory points here. We've just checked off camera. Even though there's no friendly units within 3 inches of the objective, it still gets the victory points. But what I have to do is have a one of my infantry units or any unit within 3 inches, and as long as he doesn't have an enemy unit within 3 inches, I can negate his points. So you're just going to keep stacking up points. So you're going to gain two
victory points at the
command phase. At the end of the command phase. He scored no primary objective points because we are now securing more victory points than the Forces of Chaos. So that is the end of the command phase, and tally points. The score is now. Wonder what the score is now.
3-0 at the moment.
3-0. So 3 points to 0 for the Forces of Chaos.
And he is going to quickly chant his prayer at the beginning of the turn.
Yes, you may as well do that
Benedictions
now.
of darkness on himself.
Yep, so he's going to do that right now. That's
cocked.
That's a cocked die.
Amazingly cocked. There we go.
4.
He's fine.
Okay, he's fine. Okay, the benediction of prayer has been answered for the Forces of Chaos. Now we're going to go straight on to the movement phase on turn 2, battle round 2 for the Forces of Damnation. End of the movement phase for the Chaos Forces on turn 2, battle round 2. Already it's a very fast-paced game, actually, I have to say, especially for the Forces of Chaos here. So, Lucas, what have you done?
Of course it's fast-paced. You're removing half my army every turn.
We need to deal as much damage as possible.
Yeah,
but tactically you're winning.
I've just continued the general advance. The Dark Apostle has sent his little minion followers because they are an infantry unit to try and raise a flag right in the middle of no man's land. The Demon Prince is swooping in, and my knights just continue their broad advance, and the Berserkers are never going to cross no man's land. They've no hope in hell. They're scanning that objective, and the Dark Apostle is scanning the other, which we've already raised flags on.
Okay, yeah. So playing it tactically to gain as many victory points as possible. But of course you want to cause a lot of close combat carnage, which is what they're all about here. So no psychic phase as we go on to the end of the movement phase. And we're going straight on to the shooting phase for the Forces of Chaos. It looks like this war dog here is within half range of this Lean Russ with the thermal spear.
So first, assault D3 shots with a thermal spear.
One.
Great. And because he is wounded, he is only hitting on 4s.
Okay.
Which he does.
Does hit.
So he gets to do 2d...
Strength 8.
Strength 8, yep. And your toughness is 8.
8, yep. And Russ. So he's just rolled a 1.
Yep.
And you want to spend a command point or anything?
Yeah, might as well.
May as well spend a command point.
There
4.
we go.
That's a wound.
No. 2d6 pick highest.
2d6
It's a melter weapon.
It's a melter weapon.
3.
Now, does this apply... Now, there's new rules for melters.
Is there?
Yes, because it's 1d6, but it's always a minimum of at least 2 damage plus the d6, so it'd be 3 minimum damage. So you would have rolled 5 damage or 1 damage. So we roll up to see which result that was.
Well, because it says it's specifically in the weapon profile.
Yeah, I think it's a general rule for melters. We'll find out.
Because it doesn't have melter as a keyword anymore.
It doesn't. Okay.
It just says thermal spear.
Yeah.
When resolving an attack, roll 2d6 if it's within half range.
Okay.
That's 3 wounds on that.
Yeah, that's fine. So what we'll do then is we'll continue with this result.
Yep.
So you've picked the 3, of course.
Yeah.
So that would be 3 damage.
Yep, 3 damage.
3 damage on this Leman Russ here.
Now,
picking off extra damage.
Hull mounted Melta.
He has declared this against the infantry.
No!
Oh,
the Melta is going.
The Melta is going to go into the thing. Ah,
yeah.
yes. Sorry,
I him for the infantry.
Him for the infantry. Okay. As a hit. Okay.
And this is strength 8. Your toughness.
Toughness is 3. Sorry, on the Russ. That's
unless
8.
someone's leaning out of a hatch. No.
Toughness is 8, and that's a roll of a 1, so there's no damage there on the Leman Russ. Right, this Chaos Knight, I've got it right.
Spoiler, yep.
It's a spoiler. Is going to shoot into, oh dear, these poor infantry. It's not.
Gotta stick to it.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
So first of all, it's going to be the heavy stubber.
Yeah.
Just 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Because he's on full health. One day I will roll on the table. There we go. So 2 hits.
So this is strength 4, toughness 3.
Mm-hmm. So 3s again for a stubber.
Okay.
1 wound.
1 wound. I
will AP minus. So
I will spend a stratagem to take cover. Spent a command point, so it's got a 4+ save here. Saving throw. It does pay off. Okay. So
now the Iron Storm missile pod comes in. Heavy D6 shots. 2.
So that there is 3 shots.
Yes.
Because it's
a blast.
It's a blast weapon. Because I've taken a casualty.
Yep. So 3s to hit, and then it's strength 5, so 3s to wound.
Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 hits.
2 wounds. AP minus 1.
AP minus 1 comes a 5+ because of the stratagem. Another one has been brought down. So I'm going to take it on. Him. So he's going to go.
And now it's the Avenger.
Oh dear.
It's the same target. Just gotta focus them down. 3s.
3s to hit.
Oh, that's pretty bad. And then this is strength 6, so 2s I believe to wound.
2s to wound. Yep. Oh, Guardsman again, a bit pasting.
Oh no, I say, looking at my army, which is almost in single digits. There we go, that was a 1, that's a 1.
That's a skull. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 saves at -2.
7 saves, -2. There would have been no saves normally, but I have played the stratagem for take cover. Oh dear. And that there is...
It is a damage 2 weapon, but they count as 2 separate, or does it have 2 wounds?
No, they count as 2 wounds. So I'm going to take off that one and remove 6. Units destroyed.
Yep.
Yep, they've been obliterated. Ah dear.
It's almost like the anti-infantry knight is doing his job.
I know, it's doing its job really well. Well, quite easily. Because we have no choice. So another patron has been fallen. Sergeant Peter Nastro. Thank you, comrade, for your support. You will fight again another day. Right, this
Knight
Rampager is going to charge into this infantry squad here. And he rolls a 5.
I think he's in.
Yeah, he's in. Oh dear. It's time to pray to the Emperor. He's in range of this Leman Russ, but he's not going to charge in the risk of being destroyed by Overwatch. A wise move. But this knight here is about to do, hopefully, well, pray to the Emperor, of course, that he doesn't, but it should statistically do some serious damage against this poor Imperial Guard infantry squad. 18 attacks. He's going to use the feat here, and Lucas in just a sec is going to explain all the rules for this incredibly powerful monstrosity. Okay, rolling to hit with 18 dice. You need 3s to hit.
3s to hit because he's been peppered with shots.
Yep.
He has an extra attack for the charge because he's an iconoclast knight, and his armor penetrations value has also gone up by 1 as a result of that.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Normally it'd be 2s.
Yeah. 2s. No, it'd be 2s to hit in close combat.
Yeah, normally because this is a melee knight.
Okay. Ouch.
And now he is at Where's the strength? There we go.
Strength is coming up.
Strength is of user of Titanic feat, so strength 8, so I believe that's 2s.
Yeah, it's 2s. Yeah, toughness 3. We are human beings after all.
Someone's not squished.
So that is 12 wounds at AP minus...
AP minus 2 and damage D3.
Yeah, they're going to die. So that infantry squad has been...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Another patron, Zach Butler. He's gone. Oh, this is a cruel, cruel day for the infantry. The infantry are being massacred here. Right, that's the end of the close combat phase. They sacrifice themselves for the Ministorum Priest to gain victory points here for the Astra Militarum. Is there anything else? Morale is done because there's no morale roll.
Morale is dead.
So really, it's just about blowing away these targets and moving on to these objectives as quickly as we can, humanly possible, as well as vehically possible. If that makes a whole load of sense. But anyway, we're going to go straight on to a new battle round. It's going to be turn 3 for the Astra Militarum. Right, beginning of the command phase. I've gained a command point, so I'm back up to 5 CP. And now, for the purpose of victory points, for secondary objectives, for the strategic scan, I've gained 3 victory points for the purposes of over here. But, it's not good for us because we have to literally drive ourselves over here to stop points being stacked up. So I do need range in this particular mission, especially with drop troops or anything like that. So this mission is actually very hard. So the commanders did not do their homework with regards to what type of infantry units and vehicles they needed.
I mean, you do have a Chimera which hasn't been doing anything.
Yes, literally. So the thing is, it's just ridiculous. Going through all that.
The Chimera is covered. It could have just driven out and...
Yeah, but the poor guy that's manning it. I mean, come on. We'll probably have to push forward the Chimera to claim these objectives over here. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to be brave. This is desperate. This is the fall of Cadia. We want our planet back. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to press forward and see what we can do. It is Astra Militarum, battle round 3, turn 3 on the movement phase. Right, it is the end of the movement phase. We are being very bold here. We have to. It's our planet, and we're telling them to get lost. This is ours. Ours for the taking. So, leading by example is Charles Cranford, Commissar Charles Cranford. He is leading by example with his power fist against the War Dog. In support of the Primaris Psycho, is going to smite. And electric bolts flying, flickering across the battlefield. He's going to probably target the nearest enemy unit there. All the other vehicles here have stood still, except for this Chimera, which has moved on the upper side now. And the infantry have pressed forward to secure this building here. And yes, the Chimera dropped off the command squad with the flamer and is going to burn. Burn. Who are they?
They're dark disciples.
They're just dark disciples. We'll burn the disciples of chaos. You will not convert here anymore. Purge!
Our faith provides.
Brainwashed filth. Heretics. Scum.
Liberated.
Liberated. Ah dear. We could go on and on and on about the banter. But anyway, let us continue on as we go and press forward onto the psychic phase. Yes, we do have a psychic phase to fulfill. Saying there's like 30 dead bodies just smouldering, just rotting away. Awful. Well, there's just nothing left of them, just been obliterated by the Avenger Gatling cannon and all the firepower necessary to destroy them. But anyway, I will fire and smite you with my powers. Smite!
Oh,
That is a 9, and that is D3 mortal wounds. That's the full 3. You're down to 3 wounds remaining. Unlimited power. Well, there you go. So that's the end of the psychic phase.
Come on, man. You've got to do the Palpatine voice.
Unlimited power!
There we go. That's actually a pretty good impression.
Why, thank you very much. A bit of banter there. So anyway, psychic phase done. Straight on to the shooting phase. Orders must be issued before we commence firing. The orders now. Move to himself. Move 5 inches to there. But you just want him tucked here, behind the concrete post. Now you can issue 2 orders, but he's not within range of any of the guardsmen. So the warrant officer is literally gonna, I don't know, just fire the pistol into the into the night, and do something. You never know. A bit of Hollywood there. It's going to do pound them to dust with this Lehman Russ here, and we're going to try and destroy as many targets as possible. So we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase now. The orders have been issued. It's every man for himself. Pistol from the Commissar, Charles Cranford. Missed. The Chimera is going to fire the multi-laser and the heavy bolter and the lasgun array.
There we go.
Actually, there's no one occupying inside the Chimera anymore. So I'm just going to do the multi-laser and first and everything into this squad here. Ooh, one hit. No wound. And the heavy bolter. I can't reroll the ones because I moved.
Ooh,
nothing. No damage whatsoever from the Chimera. We are going to fire the Flamer first. We're going to fire everything into them.
Right. So, verify range.
12 inches.
Yep.
Definitely in range. And are the las guns in rapid fire? Just going to double
12 inches as well, right?
12 inches. Half
so
range.
This is...
Yep.
They're all in.
They're all in. Okay, fair dues. So I'm going to fire the Flamer first. D6 auto hits. 3 auto hits. Strength 4. 3 wounds.
Ouch.
And your disciples, AP -0.
1 second. I don't think my... Where are they rules?
Okay, we're going to try and find out the rules. Hold on a second. 3 wounds. They've got 1 wound each. 5 to save. Let's purge! And they have been purged. Take them off. Get rid of the taint. Rotating iron shields again, not for this night, but for this night here. Okay, the despoiler. That's because the Macarius Vanquisher is going to select a new target. If I may. Loading shells. Okay, heavy 2. Needing 3s because you are a vehicle, and I stood still, rerolling 1s.
Wow!
Okay.
You do have CP?
I do have a CP. Thomas Matthews has been a very faithful patron. I will do it for him, and I will use a patronic dice at this critical moment of the battle. Patronic dice, the first in the game. This is Marcus Thrace, a faithful patron. I call him the first patron, because technically he was the first patron to support me on the channel. So, needing a 3+. Don't fail me now. Lucas has just said something incredibly wise. Say that again.
The Emperor giveth, the Emperor taketh.
Yes, right. Yes, very cruel. Especially when it comes to dice rolls at a critical point of the battle. Never mind. We've still got plenty of firepower left to deal with this abomination. I've got to do the firepower here. So I declared the heavy bolters and the heavy stubbers into the Demon Prince. He is exposed.
Yep.
So this is the heavy stubber first, needing...
reroll the 1.
Reroll the 1s, yes.
You are
needing 4s. So I've got 4 hits.
Right, and as a Demon Prince,
1 wound.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, 1 wound.
Okay.
Are you toughness 8?
I don't think he's toughness 8.
I rolled a 6 anyway. So
he's pretty tough, not that tough.
He's pretty tough, not that tough.
Where's he going? There we
wound.
1 3-up save.
Yeah, he's toughness 6. He's taken a wound as well. Ouch.
Classy.
Any feel no pains or anything like that?
No.
No, he's got nothing. So, literally, I think he's down to 7 wounds. Heavy bolters. Developing here.
Wow.
Okay, good job I reroll those 1s. Okay, generate another hit. Strength 5, toughness 6. No wounds against the Demon Prince. Ouch. Right, the Plasma Executioner.
Into the Rampager.
Into the Rampager. But for honour's sake, before I do that, I'm going to fire the las pistol for the platoon commander. He hits. Almost. No wound. Next is now it's the Plasma Executioner. So I'm going to do the
overcharging.
I will overcharge.
Okay.
I will. Needing 2d3 for the 2 sponsor weapons. Rate of fire. Okay, Snake Eyes. So that's 2 shots.
Better now than later.
Now 2d6. Okay, that's better. So that's 10 shots in total. It's the same strength and caliber. And AP.
Yes, what is the caliber of a ball of plasma?
Yeah. Okay, so needing 4s, rerolling 1s. Looks like there's no 1s.
No 1s.
Okay, 5. That is statistical. Okay. Strength 8, toughness 8. 4s. That is above average. That's
and the AP
4 wounds.
is?
AP minus 3. And
Okay, so
each
it's a 5
does
up
2
invulnerable.
damage. And he's got a 5 up invulnerable save.
No, he's gone.
He's gone.
It's damage 2, is it?
It's damage 2 time.
Yep, he's got 8 wounds.
Now, does he explode?
Ah.
Now, this is Hollywood. Now, you roll the radius first of all.
Nope, I have to roll a d6
Oh, you roll
to see if he
the d6 to see
explodes.
if it explodes.
Unless I spend a stratagem.
Uh-oh.
There's a stratagem to try to overload it.
Oh, I see.
So let's see if... I'm going to double check what the cost on that one is and see if I can actually afford it.
Well, let's find out next second.
There we go. It's 2 CP, can't afford it. So it's just a straight up d6 roll.
Straight up d6 roll. No.
Just slumps.
And there is a medal here. There is a medal for a Patreon, would you believe? And that is Ray Cross. I think you're going to have the highest medal possible because he has brought down an Imperial Knight by himself. Right. Okay, I've checked on the Patreon page requirements with regards to medals for Ray Cross. He has just won the Valius Imperator, which is basically if he destroys a Lord of War, which he is a Lord of War, and survived the battle, this excludes using super heavy tanks. Now, he's not a super heavy tank.
He's a Titanic Walker.
He is a Titanic Walker. So, Ray Cross, if you survive, you will get that medal. Oh yeah, I love distributing medals for my patrons. They love it.
I'm down to...
Aha! Well done, Commander Cross. Right, this is Taylor Gavin, Leman Russ. Now, this Leman Russ is a bit slower. How many wounds has it got left?
It's got 3 left.
It's got 3 left. So
Belgian
it's
smoke.
So it's Belgian smoke here. And now, where was I? Was I here?
Yeah, you rolled over.
No, I need to move back here. I do not secure
Because you were
this
going
objective.
for the objective. Yeah.
I was going for the objective. So its movement characteristic is 7. So I'm just going to put this back.
Put the wounds.
I don't want to cheat.
Put the wounds back on 3.
I'll put the back onto 3 as well. Right, okay. Next thing I'm going to do is, that's that corrected there. So hold on to your comments, gents and ladies. So that's all corrected now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fire the las cannon into the knight here.
The spoiler.
The despoiler, and fire the plasma and the sponson weapons onto this here. This we need to destroy. Unless... No, I'm going to fire everything into there because its ballistic skill has been wrecked here. So, sponsons, 2d3. Okay, that's good. That's 5 shots with the sponsons. Oh, and then next is the 2d6. And that's 6 shots. That's 5 plus 6 is 11 shots.
Overcharge.
This is Taylor Gavin's Leman Russ. I'm not going to supercharge for the purposes of keeping my tank alive. Plasma vents can only do so much. So needing 6s because of the damage bracket.
That's 1 hit, I believe.
That's only 1 hit. And I moved, so there's no bonuses. Strength is 8, toughness is 4, 2s to wound. And that's a wound. That's AP minus 3. So you've got your
6 up, straight up, 6 up
armor save. No.
One
So
dead.
one has died. So just the one guy at the back here.
Up there. Yep.
Him. Okay.
That guy's the champion.
Las cannon into the knight, needing a 6.
To the bloody Duke.
Oh. Okay. Roll a 2. Las guns first into the Demon Prince. Needing 4s. This is on the top infantry squad here.
A 1's reroll.
1s are rerollable because we stood still.
Nice.
Not bad actually. I'm going to take these 1s and 2s and 3s off. It's pretty good shooting, boys. Now the hard part. 6s to wound.
That's still 2 wounds.
Still 2 wounds.
Saves of 3.
No AP minus.
You might have been rolling terrible. They're 1 more wound.
Okay, another wound down to 6. Now I'm going to fire a solid shot grenade launcher, which re-rolls because he's Cadian. And he hits, and it's forced to wound. And it wounds AP minus 1 because it's crack.
Makes it.
And makes the save. Well done. 3 las gunners. 3 las gunners can shoot. Actually, 4 las gunners because the heavy weapon squad counts as having a las gun as well. So needing 4s, and they stood still. Good shooting. 6s to wound. Nothing. Now the auto cannon.
Boom.
Okay, 1 hit. Strength 7, toughness 7, no wound. Okay, that's that infantry squad done down there. The next target is, we are going to shoot with, the las cannon is going to shoot into the war dog. And then the heavy bolters are going to shoot into the war dog. And they're going to fire the battle cannon into this knight.
Bloody Duke.
Yeah. Fire the battle cannon first. Pound them to dust. Okay, so that there is 8 shots. I'm going to keep that. This is 8 shots, needing 3s, reroll and 1s. And reroll those 1s. Only 1's missed so far. Okay, 7 made their mark.
Strength. Or
7 fragmentation bits from the shell. So strength is 8, toughness 8. Forced wound. Okay, 3 wounds. AP minus 2. So you got your 4 up in vulnerable save because of the rotated iron shells. Doesn't make them. And that's 2. How many wounds is that? 2d3, isn't it?
It's your army.
It's 2d3 damage. So it's 3 damage. 3 damage. And straight away I'm going to play overlapping fields of fire. Heavy bolters into the war dog.
Rolling those 1s.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. This is Taylor Griselli's tank. The strength is 5, toughness is 7. 5's to wound. It's 2 wounds. That's AP minus 1. Each failure is 2 damage.
4.
50-50 for 2 dice.
Yeah. Switch dice because these have been betrayed.
Oh! Tactics here with the dice. Pays off. Do not roll a 2.
2. Come on, Dark Gods.
3.
That'll do it.
Okay. And 3's to wound.
No!
Failure there. This anonymous basilisk is going to fire its heavy bolter through the door entrance and into the Demon Prince because the character is now exposed. The primary weapon is going to shoot into this monstrosity here. Firing the heavy bolter. Bad. Nothing. No damage from the heavy bolter. Now the basilisk Earthshaker cannon. I choose the 4, which I have to. So 4 shots. Overlapping fields of fire is 3s. Rerolling those 1s. Thank the Emperor for the stratagem. Yes. Okay. Strength 9.
So 3s.
3's to wound. Oh! Wow! 1 wound. AP minus 3, but he's got a 4 up invulnerable save.
So 4 up invuln again. Let's go.
4 up in Van.
Yeah,
Yep, makes it. Ouch.
That was just one basilisk, though.
That's one.
There's 2 more.
There's 2 more. Now, that Dark Apostle looks like a tempting target. I do want medals for my patrons. I need to update my Patreon medals inventory. So, the honour will go to Luke Schringel to do this. You want to take out a character here. You want medals to be distributed. Okay.
No overlapping fields.
Now, the Basilisk can shoot at the Demon Prince with the Heavy Bolter. So that's what I'm going to do. But the Earthshaker Cannon is going to target this character here, playing it from a strategic point of view. So Heavy Bolter first into the Demon Prince. Reroll the ones. Okay, 1 hit. Strength is 5, toughness is 4.
On a Demon Prince?
Sorry, I beg your pardon. On
that's the Heavy Bolter you said you were 5.
Oh, the Heavy Bolter on the Demon Prince.
So there's going to be 5s.
There's going to be 5s. 5s to wound. No. Sorry, I'm getting
now
confused.
Now it's the Earthshaker Cannon. On the Dark Apostle's head.
Right.
Wow.
Here we go.
I think you'll take a 5.
5. I think I have no choice.
Yep.
Okay. Now, this is not overlapping fields of fire, so it's going to be just flat 4s, rerolling 1s.
Reroll that 1.
Okay.
That's still 2 hits so far. 2 hits.
That's 2 hits. Strength 9, toughness 4, 2s to wound. That's 2 wounds, AP minus 3.
2 4 up in Vuns.
2 4 up in Vuns.
Nope.
Okay, it's D3 damage.
Oh, is that it? Okay. He will at least survive this.
4, so that's 2 damage. 2 damage there. Now, will Winston Adkins take the glory for over here? It's either 2s to wound or 3s to wound against the Knight.
It's the last Basilisk, right?
That's got a 5 up in Bun.
The Demon Prince?
Yeah.
Yes. Demon Prince has a 5 up in Bun. Wardog has a 5 up in Bun. The Knight, the Spoiler, and the Dark Apostle have 4 up in Buns. The Berserkers have nothing.
Okay.
They are also an option.
Yes. I think.
Prince. Or the War Dog. If you shoot the War Dog, you're pretty much guaranteed to kill it.
But it's objectives.
I was hoping you'd forget about that.
Gonna have to shoot the Dark Apostle. I've made my decision.
Okay.
So the heavy bolt.
Is there a penalty for it being a character?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just wanted to check.
Now, is it a target that I can see? There's no -1 to hit, even though it can see because of the barrel at the far end. I mean, GW. Thanks. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to fire the Heavy Bolter at the War Dog, but then the Earthshaker is going to fire into the Dark Apostle.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do the Heavy Bolter first. Here on once.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
5s, I believe. 1 wound.
1
AP?
Wound. AP -1.
Okay, so a 4 up save.
4 up save.
No.
Okay, it's
1
2
wound.
damage.
Oh, is it 2? Sorry.
Yes, Heavy Bolter.
Down to 1.
So
you said it was the War Dog.
Oh, beg your pardon. Yes. I'm getting really confused.
This game's been going on.
1 wound. Okay. 1 wound remains. Now the Earthshaker.
5 hours now.
Will Winston Adkins receive a medal for taking down?
Well, how many shots first?
This character.
Snake Eyes!
6
Probably
boxcars.
That's not a boxcar. You can roll 2 6s. That's
I still rolled the 6.
Alright, so now you need 4s to hit.
We need 4s to hit because I can still see you, technically.
It's fine.
Rerolling those ones.
2 hits. 3 hits.
3 hits.
2s to wound.
It is enough to kill. Don't roll. Double Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. No, 3 hits.
Okay, 3 wounds. AP -3. It's got a 4 up invulnerable save. Oh!
The Dark Gods provide! Earthshaker rounds.
No! Oh, I don't know what you're thinking, Winston.
Winston doing a good impression of Oddball there and loading paint shells.
Dear me. That's paint! Wrong shell!
Good movie.
It's a brilliant movie. Kelly's Heroes. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Highly recommended it to you. So, anyway, that concludes the shooting from the artillery. What a shame. That's tipped the game, I think, in my opinion. But we do have a charge. We do have a charge.
Might have two.
To be honest with you, we have no choice. We probably will try and charge you. Well, we're going to die. So we may as well just defend ourselves.
6 wounds.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. Toughness 6. No. We're going to hold back with this guard squad here. We're not going to charge. We're not going to be fools. We'll be brave, but not foolish.
I mean, it doesn't matter either way. I've got most models in range of that objective at the beginning of my turn. Whereas if you charge, and some of them live, as long as you've got 2 guys there, you have that objective.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's do the obvious one first.
Let's do the obvious one first. I'm going to do the Commissar. Okay.
I think he's in.
I think he's in, even though it's a roll of a 3. I will charge, actually, the command squad.
Alright.
Because if I do survive, which is very, very, very unlikely.
But possible. You've seen my dice rolls so far.
You've seen the dice rolls. Yeah, I've seen your dice rolls so far. It's quite scary. So I'm going to roll a 7.
That is in.
That is in. They are brave. Brave guardsmen. So,
you want me to move in?
Yeah, put them in. So that James Altero from Siege Studios is a very brave guardsman indeed in this particular mission. Face. Yeah. Fix bayonets! 5 attacks, needing 4s. Okay.
Solid.
Okay, alright. Can't complain.
Which one's the chainsaw?
Now 6 to wound. Nothing. No. Okay, right, now the Demon Prince.
No.
Oh no, beg pardon.
All chargers go
first. Yes,
so the Power Fist.
So the Power Fist
the
from
hero.
The Commissar. The hero. Charles Cranford. Right. He has 3 attacks. -1 for being a Power Fist, needing 4s. Okay. 1 hit. If he wounds and destroys you, he will get a medal.
And he only needs up?
For bravery. He needs a 5+, because you're toughness 7, aren't you? Okay. I do have a command reroll on standby. This is a different phase now.
This might do it.
Okay, for the Emperor. No! He is my fellow comrade. I will spend the CP.
Okay.
5s to wound.
Come on.
Come on for the Emperor. Yes!
Yeah!
AP -3! Ooh, come on!
So that's a 6-up save straight up, isn't it?
Yeah, AP -3. Yeah,
so save of 3 standard, so it's just a 6-up save, nothing else.
Oh, he's done it!
Goes. And now...
Does he explode? No. He does not!
Oh, you managed to successfully do it.
Oh, yes! Glory to the Cadians! Another medal has been awarded for Charles Cranford of the Colonies. Heroics here from the Commissar, plunging his Power Fist into the legs and decapitating and destroying the War Dog. But there is an Imperial Knight here. There is only so much that we can do. But nonetheless, you will receive a posthumous medal. Congratulations, Commissar. You have been awarded a medal. As I say, the heroics here, the Demon Prince is about to slice open the bellies of this command squad.
2s to hit, and 6s generate extra hits, because death to the false Emperor.
Death to the false Emperor.
Oh no! Terrible rolls.
Okay, so that there is 7 hits.
7 hits, yeah. And he
is 7 the number of Nurgle?
I believe so,
It
yeah.
is.
Strength is 7.
Oh dear.
So 2s.
2s to wound.
AP -2.
Okay, right. Now, we do have... What's the damage?
2.
2 damage, okay. So
AP -2.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 at a time because of the medic. So first, this is the damage of 1 per dice roll.
-2.
So say 1, kill 1. So that's going to be the Vox caster. So that's 1 dice gone.
Sorry, yeah,
that's all right.
I'll keep that track.
It's for the purposes of the medic.
Another one dead.
Another one dead.
Flamer.
Yep, Flamer. He's dead.
Put him there. That's where we're keeping them
Yeah,
track.
that's where we keep them track. Next one.
That's fine, I believe.
We'll check that off camera. Yeah. And the next one
is dead.
I think he's dead. Next one.
This might be fine.
Might be fine. Next one.
Is
Oh,
dead.
yeah, they're dead.
They're all gone.
They're gone.
They are eviscerated.
Even if we checked off camera, they still would have died. So heroics there, but nonetheless, it is brutal. As you can see there, there's evidence of a whole load of blood splatters.
There is one, which is the Berserkers.
Yep.
I think they're fine.
I think they're fine. So that's that done there, and that's completed. So that's the end of Cadians turn 3. Heroic stuff here. There are medals being awarded in this game. So congratulations to those who have won, but the battle is not over because the Chaos have yet to do their turn. Turn 3 for the forces of Chaos on battle round 3.
With 6 models.
With 6 models literally remaining.
I gain 1 CP.
He gains 1 CP, but victory points have been secured for the forces of Chaos. They score maximum victory points, 15 victory points for primary objectives.
Yep,
holding.
Because that's 1, 2, 3.
Yep, so he holds them. And furthermore, scanning as well for extra points.
Which you did try to kill.
Which you did try to kill, but failed.
So it's another 6 there.
There's another 6 there.
And the flags keep generating
And the flags keep generating points. So, yeah, so it's not looking good strategically for the Astra Militarum.
And now, he's just going to utter benedictions of darkness on himself because he doesn't want more Earthshaker shells to the face. 3 or more.
3 or more?
No!
No.
The gods do not listen.
They do not listen.
The gods said, we spared you already.
We spared you already, and nothing else in return. So, that's the end when it comes to victory points and the conclusion of the command phase. We're going to go straight on to the movement phase for the forces of Chaos. End of the movement phase for the forces of Chaos on turn 3 now.
Yep.
So, what have you done, Lucas?
I mean, we've just surged forward more.
Yeah.
No longer having to worry about babysitting the objectives. We've exploited these as much as we can.
Yeah.
So we're now pushing forward with my Dark Apostle. The Berserk is down there.
Yeah.
And of course as well the Chaos Knight and my the Nightmare Shadow Demon Prince, who's doing pretty well for himself actually.
It's actually quite camouflaged in there.
Yeah.
Quite snug in that terrain piece there. So that's pretty much your movement. So that's that done.
Shooting
no
time.
psychic phase, straight onto the psychic phase.
Shooting phase.
Oh yeah,
You said psychic, yeah.
Did I say psychic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said straight onto the shooting phase. Sorry, slip of the tongue there. So we're straight onto the shooting phase for forces of Chaos. Avenger Gatling Cannon and all its firepower is going to go into the Leman Russ.
Gun into the Leman Russ, hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Oh, that's
This could destroy the Leman Russ. It is a potent weapon.
Fingers crossed.
It's strength 6,
it is only
toughness
strength
8.
6. So that's going to be 5 still.
Yeah.
That's rate of fire.
Yeah. Rate of fire. You can imagine the amount of rounds being...
Oh, not that good.
No. Oh, you got a few 6s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's pretty good actually. AP minus 2.
Let's fail 2.
Okay.
Sorry, 3 wounds, not 7.
Let's see. You roll 3, 4 pluses.
Yeah, you can do
I'll
it.
roll 5 pluses or whatever.
Do it.
Do it.
He's dead.
He's gone. So we're going to roll to see whether the Leman Russ explodes. Ah, I'm sorry. This is Tyler Gavin. Tyler Gavin. Ah, it was on a 6, but it was not. Faithful Patreon. Tyler Gavin. Thank you very much, comrade, for your support on the channel. 2 charges to declare.
Yes.
Who's charging?
The Knight shall attempt to charge into the Chimera.
Okay, yep.
And the Demon Prince shall charge into this autocannon squad.
Okay, I'm not going to spend any command points to Overwatch to speed the process of the game. The Demon Prince.
Yep, Demon Prince.
is
7.
bang 7
I
inches.
think that's in, yeah.
That
because
is
he's
in.
right there around the corner.
Yeah.
However, just
Trying
to
to
make sure.
destroy this infantry squad over here.
Yeah, he can fly all the way around to where he can actually fit.
Yeah,
so
that's
he
fine.
can
Flyers ignore purposes of terrain anyway. So flies over to
descends
there.
on them like a bat out of hell.
Yep. And next is the
Knight.
Imperial Knight.
Chaos Knight.
Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight. I'm so used to Imperial Knight.
6. I don't think that's it.
Well, to be honest with you, I think you are in.
All right, check that.
Yes, you are in.
Okay then.
Yep.
He will slam in.
Slam in there. Clunk.
But this is a fully healthy Chimera.
Yep. Well, it's not going to be healthy for long with
see.
that weapon. Ouch. The Demon Prince is going to go first with the number of attacks it receives.
Which is
Attacks from the Demon Prince is going to hurt.
It's hitting on 2s.
And each roll of 6 generates a further attack. No.
I guess he's tired, but he does gain 1 extra attack.
So 6 attacks generates.
Doesn't generate.
Doesn't generate.
No, doesn't generate off
okay.
itself. That would be ridiculous.
Because that's kind of reminds me of what in 7th edition.
Yeah.
Stupid rules.
Strength 7, so 2s.
Yep, 2s. It's 2s to kill. So that's 6.
1, 2, 3, 4,
have
5,
been
6.
slain.
Yep, and they're damage 2.
Yep, 6 have been slain. We've lost a Lasgunner, a patron, Jesse Patton. Thank you, Command. Thank you, Jesse, for your service. The Emperor be praised. Now I keep saying Imperial Knight. It is the Chaos Knight into the Chimera. It's like Robot Wars here.
Oh.
The Chimera is going to get flipped. Tell us what this Chaos Knight does.
As an Iconoclast, he's using his Thunderstrike Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So he's getting 5 attacks. Because he's getting +1 attack for the charge because of his household bond.
Yeah.
The armor penetration goes up by 1 as well. Sorry. So it's now doing AP -5.
Yeah.
Strength 16. Oof. Damage 6 to each one, and hitting on 3s.
Okay.
So 3s and 2s, I believe.
Yeah.
What's the toughness of the Chimera?
7.
Yeah, so 3s and 2s.
Oh, missed with 3.
Mmm.
Okay. Dear. 2s. Yeah.
That's 18 wounds.
It's got 11 wounds.
Oh, okay. That's the case.
He's dead.
No, if I slay a vehicle or a monster with a Thunderstrike Gauntlet, select a unit within 9 inches and roll a d6. On a 4, they get d3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
I'll-
Yeah, you literally lobs the... I told you it flips.
Yeah.
It's like Robot Wars.
I will lob it at the Commissar.
It's going to lob it at the Commissar.
4 up, though.
4 up to lob.
He does it.
And how many wounds?
I believe it's a d3. 1 second, referral to... Yeah, it's d3 mortal wounds. 2.
2 mortal wounds. The Commissar is
Flaming
still
Rex
alive.
slams into him.
He's bypassed the refractor field and literally...
Does it explode?
I think it does, yes.
Yeah, so that happens where it is.
That happens where it is.
If it does explode.
It doesn't explode.
So
So,
it's just
literally, the Chimera has been flipped like this, and it lands somehow onto there,
Yep.
bounces off, and just goes onto here, and secures its objective, and we win the game.
Nice try.
Fix bayonets! Guardsmen! Fight for your lives! Come on, Patrick, darling. Sergeant First Class. So 3 attacks for him. Marshal Cummings. 6 attacks in total. Come on, boys. Don't let me down. Let's put these dice back. Here we go. Needing 4s.
Wow, that does it.
6s. Nothing. No damage against the Demon Prince. Toughness 6. But the Commissar has received 2 mortal wounds. He's down to 1 wound remaining. He's limped away, but will he survive the battle? Right, morale phase. We have lost
6 men there.
6 men. We are leadership 7.
Down
If
to
we roll-
6.
If we roll a 1, we are okay.
You're down to leadership 6, however, because of my Demon Prince has
Oh.
Night Lord tactics.
Oh!
I believe it is on him. Hang on. I will double check that for you, however.
Okay, just double checking.
Yep, character, infantry, biker, Hellbrute. Is the Demon Prince a character? He Yes, he is. So he counts. Dear. -1. So leadership 6.
-1, leadership 6. That's a 2.
8.
That's 8.
So you lose 1
failure.
more.
And 1s and 2s.
Patreon run away.
Yep, we're going to have to lose Marshal Cummings.
Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Cummings lives to fight another day.
Cummings
he retreats to the dropships.
He retreats to fight another day. Okay. Now 1s and 2s for... Nope, another model flees.
the weapon team or the Patreon?
Decisions here.
The weapon team.
Oh, Patrick's been a good lad. I think we have enough firepower to bring down this abomination. So he'll force the infantry that is manning the autocannon to retreat. And we'll keep the Patreon alive. I'm going to do... what's that stratagem that Space Marines have to fight again?
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I'm not doing that. Can't do that anyway.
End of my turn 3.
Yep.
I'm down to, 6 models.
6 models
but
remain.
We've crossed no man's land with the actual heavy hitters.
Okay. Okay, they survived, but the thing is, will they survive in this fire zone?
That's a lot of barrels of hell, so no. To quote Dawn of War.
Yeah. So that quote again? It's a good quote.
Sorry. That's actually for Baneblades. Like, unleashing 11 barrels of hell.
11 barrels of hell. Yes.
You're on 1, 2,
unleash
3, 4,
the fury.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
You're on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 barrels there.
19 barrels there. We're going to try and destroy this knight.
That's 1 barrel per wound almost.
Yeah. Right, new turn. We're going to go on to a new battle round.
Here we go.
Battle round 4. We unleash the firepower. News for the Astra Militarum. They have secured 10 victory points for gaining. So what was?
You've got the 1 victory point.
1 victory point.
But so that doesn't count because you need to have 2 or more, right? For this one. However, you're holding 1, which is more than me, which is none.
Yes. Okay.
So let's double check the wording on the rulebook.
Okay, we'll find out. Right, this is the beginning of the command phase. The Astra Militarum have gained 5 victory points. They've secured more objective markers than their opponent controls. So 5 victory points for primary objectives here, and then we gain for the mission strategic scan.
You already did it last time.
We've already did it last time.
And you can't do it on the same objective.
And you can't do it on the same objective. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to be sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. This is an important role. This is for the movement phase. For the Commissar,
advance.
You need a 4+ to advance. Yes.
Yeah, he moves 11 inches.
He moves 11 inches here.
And starts claiming that objective.
And starts claiming this objective. We're going to do the action now.
To scan it.
And to scan it. He's going to start scanning now. I think he's definitely going to receive a medal here. And I think he's going to get another medal for receiving wounds but still alive and performing heroic duties and deeds for the army group. So, Charles Cranford, you may be getting 2 medals here if you survive, that is. Right, movement phase has been completed here. I've moved the Psyker to this objective, to secure this objective here. I'm going to... Do I activate the scan or do I just literally smite them? Do you know what? I'm going to activate scan and not do smite. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm going to scan the objective to gain extra victory points if possible. So I'm not going to smite. I'm going to rely upon artillery support to bring down this threat here. Makaris has stood still. The Demon Prince has not in close combat anymore because I've disengaged from close combat from Sergeant First Class Darling. He's moved out of close combat. Maxfield Knuckles is running around up and down in this battlefield, issuing orders to his troops to press forward and grab those objectives. The Commissar there is leading by example. He is scanning now the objective in the centre. And then we have over here the Minister and Priest. who may make a charge against this apostle over here. The platoon commander has only rolled a 1 for his advanced roll. He did roll a 5 for his advanced roll for the commissar here. So we made it to grab these objectives here. This could be a pivotal point here for the Astra Militarum. It's quite a tense game all of a sudden. So there's no psychic phase because I can't perform any psychic actions. So I'm going to go straight on to the shooting phase and orders for the Astra Militarum. This anonymous basilisk is going to shoot its heavy bolter into... Actually, it's going to shoot into the Demon Prince, yeah. And then the main Earthshaker cannon is going to shoot in fire support against the Berserkers. So I'm going to fire the heavy bolter first against the Demon Prince. 2 hits. That is 1 wound. AP -1. You've got a 4 up armor. Saved. Okay, well done.
Ping.
So bounces off. Now the Earthshaker cannon against the Berserkers. 2d6 choose the best. I choose the 5. But it's 5s to hit because I'm out of line of sight. Oh, that's good. That's good, good, good. Now it's a strength 9, 2s to wound. Ah, rolls the dreaded 1. AP -3.
So 1 single 6.
So 1 single 6 up.
No.
No,
1 dies.
So 1 dies.
1 generic dude dies.
1 generic dude dies. Middle one. He's
That's
gone.
him.
Okay.
He's gone.
He's gone. Right. Now the commander, the tank commander, he's going to fire the heavy bolter rounds into the Berserkers.
Yes.
He's going to fire the las cannon into the
Knight.
Desolator. Is it Desolator Knight?
Despoiler.
Despoiler Knight.
He will rotate iron
Rotate
shields.
his iron shields, and then he's going to fire the battle cannon into the knight as well. So the las cannon.
Yep.
Is a hit. 3s to wound. That's a wound. AP -3.
In 1-4.
In 1-4 up.
No.
Nope. And I'm going to spend
Damage.
2 command points. It's D6 damage. 4 damage. So it's down to... So it's on 21.
17.
17 wounds remain. And I'm going to spend a command point to do overlapping fields of fire. Thanks to the command phase, we have a chance here to bring down the knight. Now the heavy bolters. Going to fire both sponsons. Going to go into the Berserkers. Can see through the legs.
So, 4s to hit?
3s because he's a tank commander.
Yes.
Rerolling 1s.
Yep.
Okay, that's really good.
Strength 5.
It is strength
So
5. 3s to wound. That's 4 wounds.
No, no.
AP -1. 2 damage.
4 saves of 4.
Okay.
There's only 2 guys left.
2 guys left.
I think they're...
Whoa!
Icon's gone.
Icon's gone.
I mean, they still count as being equipped with it, so the banner's gone.
Okay.
But they still have it.
Okay.
So yeah, just remove him. Yeah.
Remove him.
It's just the champion.
Okay. Now,
Oh boy.
we're going to do the battle cannon now into the knight.
His morale goes to 2.
So, this is pound them to dust order issued here.
Yep.
That's 7 shots.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Okay, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. That is statistically
Fine.
fine. Okay. Now we need 2s to hit you.
Yep, 2s to hit.
2s to hit.
1's reroll.
1s to reroll. Right, they've all hit.
Strength.
Strength 8.
What can I say?
4s. Whoa, that's good. Okay, that's AP -2, but you do get your rotated iron shields.
6 saves of 4, I believe that is.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's 4.
Yes,
4 up saves. Goes through 3 of them, which is statistically
What's
good.
the damage?
The damage statistically should be 6 damage, but it's 3d3
right?
damage.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
7 damage.
So he's done 10.
So he's down to 10 wounds remaining. Here, good shooting there from the tank commander. That is Taylor Griselli. He's performed well in this battle. Another potential medal here. He's commanding his forces well. Now, next is...
2 basilisks and the Macarius and your executioner left.
Executioner left. So I'm going to fire the las cannon into
the knight.
the
And all the plasma into the demon prince.
And all the plasma have to do... I want to destroy units here. Can I see that berserker? Right. I'm changing tactics here. I'm going to fire both sponson weapons into the lone berserker. I will supercharge. I'm trying everything I can.
Get rid of him.
And then the main primary weapon is going to shoot into the demon prince, and the las cannon is going to shoot into the knight. Okay. Right. Now these are the 2 sponson weapons. The rate of fire. Okay, so that's
5 shots.
That's 3 shots.
Sorry, it's a D3.
3 shots with the sponsor weapons, needing 4s to hit. 2 hits. No overheating.
2s
to wound. 2 wounds. AP -3. You need a double 6. If you get a double 6, I don't know what to say.
No, my luck's run out now.
Boxcars.
No.
No, it's a double 5 though. So he's gone. Okay. Right. Next is the las cannon. Okay, he's relying upon points here, whereas the Astra Militarum want to destroy units. Okay, las cannon needing a 3 to hit because of overlapping fields of fire.
No.
Oh, and I spent all my command points. There's nothing I can do about that. Now the plasma weapon into the demon prince, the primary weapon. 2d6 shots, 5 shots.
Solid.
That's not that good, to be honest with you. Should have been better. Should have been 12 shots. So that's rerolling 1s. Okay, so that's 3 hits. Strength 8, toughness 6. Freeze to wound. Only 1 wound.
But it's an
AP
invuln save,
-3, so you got 5 up in Vun. No, so it takes 2 damage.
She's down to 4.
Down to 4. Okay. Now the heavy bolters are going to shoot from the Macarius.
Stubbers, or he's got bolters in the sponsons.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to shoot with Luke Schringel into the Demon Prince.
Well, all of it.
All of it. All of it. Pack it up.
Oh man,
we're going.
Back in the day when you could scatter your basilisks onto yourself.
So we're going to fire the Earth Shaker.
Yes.
2d6, choose the best. And I'll choose the 6, of course. I have no choice. Luke Schringel. Will he receive a medal for taking down a Demon Prince? Okay. So I need 3 hits. So strength is 9, toughness 6. And that's 3 wounds. That's AP -3. You got your 5 up demon save.
No.
2d3 damage. He needs a 4+. Oh, that's 3 wounds. He's got 1 wound remaining. He's still got a heavy bolter to shoot with.
That should do it.
That should do it. Rerolling 1s. Okay, 2 hits. 5s to wound. 1 wound. AP -1. You got a 4+ save to bring down the Demon Prince. He's gone. The Demon Prince has been slain. Back into the warp with you. Okay. We're going to do the Macarius Vanquisher. I need some patrons here for some help. This is heavy 2. Going to fire maximum firepower into the knight. There are no other targets. There is just 1 model left.
Excuse you.
I beg your pardon. There is 1 over there. Okay. Fair deuce. So
2's to hit, isn't it?
It is 2's. No, the heavy bolter. Yes, beg your pardon. It is 2's to hit because of overlapping fields of fire gets +1, and then hitting a vehicle with the primary weapon. Okay. Okay, they both land on their target. Now,
Choose.
1 shell each. The larger dice is for Dean Lighton, and the smaller dice is for Darren Gardner. These are your dice, gentlemen. Make Cadia proud for the Emperor. Both wounded. Strength 16. AP -4. You've got a 4+ invulnerable save.
I need to pass 1 and I'm on 1. Oh god, that's what the odds are saying. Failed.
And that's 18 damage. Do you explode? Do you explode?
No.
Does not explode. The knight has fallen. Do I take it off, good sir?
Yep.
Okay, it's coming off. Now, the final dice in the game. Will Winston Adkins kill this character?
The game instantly.
Hold it right there. If I table him, I'll lose on victory points. So actually, this is a tactical move to survive in this game. We're not going to shoot.
You have to stop.
It's weird, but we're not going to shoot. The forces of chaos are in the warp right now, disturbing the minds of the Cadians. So we're just going to say, nope, we're not going to be tempted to the fall of chaos.
So in your favour to do that.
So it's actually in my favour to do that. So we're not going to do any charges whatsoever. So it's a successful round of firepower. I have to admit, we've burnt our command
It's
points.
a successful game of firepower.
It's a successful game of firepower, but this is the strategy about it. So, okay. So, I'm not going to do any more shooting. Would you believe? This is the most weirdest 40k game I've ever played, probably. So, we're going to go on to turn 4 for the forces of chaos. Right. Have you scored any victory points in this round?
Alright, I've got 2 victory points for my banners.
Yep.
So that's something, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've gained my 1 CP for being battle forged with 1 more. And he chants a prayer to the dark gods for benedictions of darkness. Why not? It goes off.
It goes off.
You got -1 to hit him.
-1 to hit him. Okay. Which we don't want to do.
It's movement now.
Okay. So movement phase for the forces of force of chaos.
I think we might actually keep
Not
this in
plural.
the video for once. The first movement.
Yeah, go on then, do your movement.
Yeah,
We'll
there
keep
we
it
go.
on the movement phase. Okay, he wants
So
to
he
go
moves
here.
6 inches this way.
Yes.
Which I believe will put me in pistol range of your commissar.
Please survive.
Let's see.
We want
That should be
some
enough.
kind of victory
Yes.
in our planet.
That was the movement phase. Now we go on to the psychic phase. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
We go into the shooting phase.
Okay.
I spend the CP to trigger the stratagem Demon Shell.
Demon
He loads a cursed bolt pistol shell into his pistol and takes aim at the commissar. So, just to point out what this does is, I can make a single hit roll with this weapon this phase, and I cannot re-roll it.
Okay.
If the shot hits, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds. If the shot misses, the character suffers D3 mortal wounds. So either the apostle or the commissar is dying this
There is
time.
no escape. No escape for either character.
And it's
Who will win?
It's a 3-up.
Who
it's
will
a
win?
High noon
Find
duel.
out after the break. Commercial break is over.
It's high.
Unless you just skipped the advert very quickly.
Or ad blocker.
Or ad blocker.
Alright. 3-up. Commissar dies.
Yeah.
1 or a 2. My apostle gets shoots himself, I guess. Here we go.
Oh, no.
That's D3 mortal wounds.
D3 mortal wounds.
2 mortal
And
wounds.
there's
He is
nothing.
gone.
He is gone. Oh,
You don't
what
get to
a
scan
shame.
either.
Can't scan. That's a bitter blow. But I tell you what, he has been heroic in this game. Charles Cranford, we salute you, sir. The Cadian 18th Army Group is very, very pleased with your performance. The Lord General himself will grant you a medal. Righty-ho. That's the end of the shooting phase.
Yep.
Assault phase.
There's nothing.
There's nothing left to do.
Yeah, no. There, I can't see the targets. Nothing there.
Oh, you don't have to.
I mean, let's see if I'm in range, and then if I'm in, I might as well.
I can't overwatch you if I'm. That's the only thing.
Yeah, true. I am in 12.
Okay.
Actually, I think I'm in 11. So let's see. This is where your priest is.
Yeah.
And I'm.
No, you're
he's
there.
there.
No. Fine.
So I'm actually. He's 9 inches away.
9 inches away.
If I roll a 9 on 2d6,
I'm happy with that.
I'm in.
Oh
wow!
okay.
He does it.
Okay.
He charges in. Priest on priest.
Priest on priest. Now, I do have an invulnerable save.
Yes, and you have a company commander.
And I do have
Is he company commander?
He's George Whittle. He is
Yes.
a warrant officer.
Thank you. Warrant officer who can run in as well and intervene.
Do you know what? He's been a good comrade for the 18th. Perform a heroic intervention.
Yep.
He's going to go into there. He's going to plunge his sword into the face of this heretic.
Right.
What are you going to do? How many attacks do you have?
4 attacks, +1 because he's a chaos guy who charged.
He's a chaos guy.
So he's going to split 2 and 2. So red is for the red row priest, blue's for your warrant officer. He hits on 2s with his accursed Crozius, I believe.
Accursed Crozius.
Yes, he hits on 2s, and he's going to be strength 5 on this. So 2s and 3s.
Okay.
All hit.
Okay. This is against the priest.
Red is against the priest, blue is against the warrant
Red's against
officer.
the okay, right.
So 3s on for both, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the warrant officer only has 1 to save.
He's got a refractor field. He will survive.
This is a -1 to your save.
Did I just pick up a chaos dice here? I want to roll.
One of mine.
All of my Patronic dice have been rolled here, so it's relying upon
The warrant officer, what's his invuln save?
He's got a 5-up refractor field save,
Okay.
which he does not.
He takes
pass.
2 wounds.
Takes 2 wounds.
Still
He's
okay.
got 1 wound remaining, so that's his wound there. George Whitehall. He's still alive. Now, the Ministorum priest. He has a 4+ invulnerable save because he is a priest.
Yep, faith provides.
And it
He
does.
does it!
Faith pays off for the Emperor. Now we will get to fight back. And I want George Whitehall to finish the job. 3 attacks. 3s. Oh, they've all hit.
Solid.
Now strength is +1 now for power swords.
So he's strength 4. Toughness 4.
Toughness 4.
4s.
4s to wound. No!
Can the priest show him how it's done?
Well, the priest has 3 attacks. +1 for being a chain sword, and +1 for being a priest.
Do it.
Now, the priest only re-rolls hit rolls for friendly Astra Militarum units within 6 inches, not to wound rolls, sadly.
Yep, but he is a
shame.
friendly Astra Militarum
unit. Friendly Astra Militarum unit. So, needing force to hit, re-rolling. Re-roll. Okay, 4. This is a chain sword, so it's just regular strength. Strength is that's 3 wounds. Strength 3, toughness 4.
AP -1 for a chain sword?
Yes. No, it's Astartes chain sword only.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just regular 3-up saves.
Just the regular 3-up saves.
Will
Fail
the
2 of
priest
these.
do it?
Fail 2 of them,
Faith
you
in
apostle.
the Emperor.
Oh, that's cocked.
That's
cocked.
full facing. That's full facing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's full facing.
Okay, sure.
So he
That's-
takes a wound. Right, we're going to turn 5, battle round 5 now. That's the conclusion of the melee phase over there. And we are going to... Do we disengage from close combat?
No.
No.
There's literally
We're
no
not.
point.
There's literally no point. So, nonetheless, we're going to do some movement, and we're going to gain some victory points here as well.
Well, step 1, beginning of the command phase.
Yeah.
You finish the scan there with your Psyker.
That's
That's 3 there.
3 victory
Also,
points.
I believe you are controlling 2 victory points.
Yeah.
To my none.
Yeah.
So that's another 5.
10.
10, because you're controlling more than me.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're maxed out at 50.
So maxed out. Okay. So we've done that there, and we're just going to do some movement now for the Astra Militarum. We're going to obviously issue some orders, like for example, full throttle. Oh yeah. So it's the end of the movement phase on turn 5 for the Astra Militarum on battle round 5. The Primaris Psyker has moved forward, and now he's within 3 inches, so that stops scanning.
Is he within 3 here?
Yeah, he's within 3 inches.
Okay, remove the banner.
Just double check. Yes, within 3. Okay, the banner has gone, so that stops scanning there. Now, I will be issuing an order to this Leman Russ to do full throttle. So, a Leman Russ tank going faster than a jet bike. Makes so much narrative sense. But anyway, that's what it says. Rules is written with the current codex. So, full throttle there with the Leman Russ tank commander. He's performed heroically there, Taylor Griselli. And then Thomas Matthews has moved forward to his Macarius Vanquisher, even though it's done little damage whatsoever. I mean,
it's bloodied everything.
Yeah, it has killed a lot of stuff. So,
even if it's not killed, it's knocked off the majority of wounds of pretty much every walker.
Okay, fair enough, fair dues.
Everyone else just finished it off for him.
The artillery are doing the realistic thing by holding back, because they are artillery. And then this Leman Russ, the heroic Leman Russ that has won the Valius Imperator medal, Raycross is securing this objective here. So congratulations to you, good sir. And then we're going to move the infantry forward here in influence of the officer, and the officer will issue an order, move to this infantry squad to secure this objective here. So that is the end of the movement phase, quite a pivotal movement phase. For the Astra Militarum in turn 5. We're going to go on to the shooting phase. It's really mostly orders to be issued. Leman Russ, move. Literally goes 10 inches to there. So that's that done there. Next is move to this infantry squad. Automatically passed, and they roll 3d6 and choosing the best. So we'll choose the 5. Over here. I'm not sure if that's going to make it, but we'll find out. Actually, move is ridiculously fast, and I was actually quite correct about being faster than jet bikes. So it counts as moving again, even if you advance. So they secured this objective as well, and the scanning has gone. There's a bit of a... I think it's 8th edition rules from the codex that we need a new codex. Imperial Guard need a new codex. I mean, especially Chaos. I mean, 1 wound, power armor, guys.
I mean, if that's what we're talking about, NIDS.
NIDS, yeah. But we've been discussing about the move stratagem. It's it's not a stratagem. It's a order actually. So it's a bit of an unusual one. So do you want to explain, Lucas, your?
Sure. So the way the order is written, it says that instead of shooting, a unit can pretend it's the movement phase again and move and advance.
Yeah.
Which, as it's written, I believe you can move and advance and then give the order and move and advance again.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in there saying that you can't have moved and advanced in an earlier phase. However, due to the way the order is written, the intention appears to be you need to be able to shoot. Because you're sacrificing the shooting to do this.
Yes.
Therefore, I imagine the intention is that if you have already advanced this phase, you can't do that. So you would move 6, 6, and then advance, hence the move. As opposed to move.
Oh, that's brilliantly explained. Bravo. If you think you've done well, leave it in the comments below.
There'll be a lot of angry comments.
But anyway, that's
how it's running.
That's how it's written. So until the new, I think it will be cleared up. Hopefully, in the new codex.
Orders have always been FAQ'd because they play around with interactions weirdly.
I mean, it's the same with the full throttle with the Leman Russ. I mean, you could potentially do 16 plus 16 for a Leman Russ.
Yeah.
So it's
because if we do it as we said, then the maximum you can go is 18 inches.
Yeah.
6, and then you roll 6 for the advance.
Yeah.
Which, it makes sense. As opposed to that way, which maximum is 24.
I think it should be. Just quickly say this, in my opinion, it should be you do your movement then you advance. And when you want to do move, just roll 3d6 and choose the best out of the 3. That would be a little bit tame, I think.
I'd say move. Roll an extra d6 and move that distance again. Get like a double advance essentially out of it.
A double advance, like 12 inches.
Yeah, you'll potentially have 12 inches on top of everything else.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. If you want any ideas and that, just again, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on particular Imperial Guard upgrades. So, yes.
No shooting.
No shooting whatsoever. Technically, I've got a pistol, but he's going to hold it in his holster.
I'll do it. Go for it. You know you want to. Plasma pistol to the face.
He hasn't got a plasma pistol.
Oh.
He's got a las pistol. A humble las pistol.
Well, he's on 1 wound. You can do it. It'll be more hilarious.
It'll be more hilarious. No, we're going to carry on. We want those victory points.
I mean, it doesn't matter because we go into the combat phase and you have to fight.
Yeah, we have to fight.
So either way, this ends here.
Yeah. So, do you know what? Let's finish him. We have 2 pistols.
Yes, the priest and the warrant officer.
We'll do the warrant officer first. This is George Whitehall.
Patreon dice?
They've been used. This is just the 1 dice. The patrons have been used. So freeze to hit with the las pistol. He hits with a 6. And then
strength
3.
5s.
Nothing. Now the minister and priest. He misses. Okay. So we have to go into close combat.
Bizarrely, if they roll a 1, can they re-roll because they're Cadians and they haven't moved because they're in melee?
Yes, technically so.
Wow, you didn't roll any ones.
I didn't roll any ones.
That's just a really weird interaction.
Okay. So
useful to know.
So now George Whitehall will do attacks.
Go ahead.
Because it's the charge phase now. If we rotate it back now.
It's not a charge, That's a fair amount of hits.
Okay.
Toughness 4.
I think the Minister and Priest, it only applies to 1 round only. 1 wound.
AP minus 1.
AP minus 3.
Oh, AP minus...
It's a sword.
Oh, it's a power sword.
It's a power sword.
Okay, he uses his invuln, so for 4 up.
4 plus invuln.
This is it.
Oh! Do you have a command? Your final command reroll.
I do have a command reroll.
It does have a command reroll.
Just for the entertainment of viewers who are already screaming for this video to end
I know,
already.
They are screaming. Right.
He gets his attacks now.
He gets his attacks now.
He'll kill the priest.
He'll try and kill the priest as best as he can. Just right there. We got +1 attack because of the influence of
the priest.
The priest for the platoon commander.
A warrant officer who is not that motivated.
Not that motivated today.
Alright, he'll lash back at the chanting priest.
Okay.
Rid me of this meddlesome priest. Nice history reference there if you get it.
Yeah.
2s to hit. Wow.
Okay, only 1 hit. Strength 5, toughness 3. 3s to wound.
Ooh.
And that is a 6. He's got a 4+ invulnerable.
Is it to hit or to wound for death to the false emperor?
It's to hit.
Yeah. Darn.
Right.
4 up in 1.
4 up in 1.
Or lose 2 wounds. You lose 2 wounds. You've got 2 left.
I've got 2 left. Okay.
But this did happen in your
he's still alive. Okay.
Yep.
Now the Minister and Priest will get to fight back or attack.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Fair amount of hits.
No rerolls, only for the first round of close combat. Nothing.
Okay, so I do have a chance to kill you on my last turn.
On your last turn. Okay, interesting stuff here. So that concludes this turn on Battle Round 5. Turn 5 for the Astra Military. We're going to go on the very last turn. It's actually the first time on the channel we've actually done a full game. So because of crazy weirdness in the warp. So we're going to carry on and go on to the last turn for the Chaos Forces, and then we'll calculate victory points. That's pretty quick. No primary victory points.
Can't get any anyway.
Can't get any anyway. So that's it. So we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase. He does have a bolt pistol.
He shall bolt pistol the warrant officer because he's already on 1 wound.
Okay, fair enough.
3s. Misses.
Misses.
Well, that sorts that out.
So he's parried that shot there from the tactical officer. So now you're going to go on to close combat.
1 attack on the warrant officer, 2 on the priest, 2s to hit.
Yep, and he is a heretic chaplain, so he does get to re-roll.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't know?
No.
No.
No, he's got the prayers instead.
He's got the prayers instead.
He can have that ability, but instead he took the shooting things.
Right. Okay.
I believe that's a cocktail.
That's fine. You can have that. That's a 3.
That's one on both.
Okay. So 1 hit each.
Mm-hmm. And
3 to wound.
Yeah, strength 4, sorry. Yeah, 3 to wound.
3 to wound.
No.
Nothing! Oh, okay.
Horrible. I'll spend my last CP to reroll the one on the warrant officer. There we go.
Wounds. 5 up refractor field save. Oh no!
Schlunk.
But I will spend a command reroll.
Of course.
For the Emperor to save him. No! George Whitehall, the faithful patron, the warrant officer. Heroic deeds here. Thank you, George, for your service for the 18th. Vengeance! The Ministorum priest will take his chainsword and lacerate. Oh, 3 hits. 1 wound. AP -0.
Save.
He's got a 3 plus armor save. It's just one of those games, and he rolls a 3.
For all the good it does him, just one Dark Apostle
just
surrounded by
Dark Apostle.
everything.
Oh, and it's not a table. It is
By
not
one wound.
By 1 wound. Okay, is there anything else? I think that concludes the game. So the game is over.
Yep.
And we are going to calculate victory points here. Right. We have a final score. It is 43 points to the Forces of Chaos. And for the Astra Militarum, find out after the break. Okay, you've watched the advert now. It's quite tense. So, Forces of Chaos, we know the score. It's 43 points to the Forces of Chaos. The Astra Militarum have got 49 points. The Astra Militarum have secured victory in this sector on the planet world of Cadia. Another victory has been secured. Unbelievable. What's happened? So, it was quite complicated calculating the scores. So, Lucas, do you want to explain what exactly happened?
Yes. First of all, James rolled a terrible mission.
Yeah, it was a terrible mission. Terrible.
And then he started off with a fairly poor choice of secondary objectives.
I admit that.
Well, actually, no. One of them was ideal, Titan Slayer in this case, when there were 2 knights, so he could easily gain that 15 victory points.
Yeah.
He did take engage on all fronts, and he did, at the end, claim the table quarters.
Yes.
But without drop troops, engage on all fronts was far from an ideal thing.
Yeah.
I imagine he would have been better having an equivalent like thin the ranks as well. He would have gained more victory points there.
Yeah.
But you won, so it doesn't matter. What you did was the right thing. Victory needs no explanation, defeat allows none, as they say in 40k.
Yeah. So that's it. So Raycross has survived. He will get his Vallius Imperator medal. Congratulations, good sir. Charles Cranford, however, he was slain, but he will get a medal for his heroic deeds. Is there any other honourable mentions here? Maybe here for Taylor Griselli here for heroics for his tank commanding ability there. So heroic stuff from all the patrons. They've performed well. Units of the game. I'm looking at one model in particular for the Forces of Chaos.
The one survivor.
The one survivor.
I don't know. I think my Warlord, my Knight Despoiler, because he did get into your line and start juggling tanks pretty effectively.
Yeah.
The Demon Prince also did pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, the one survivor, he did scan, he did raise the flag. Well, no, sorry, the cultists raised the flag and he used them as the shields they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no real standout, actually, I think, because I just played to the objective and kind of stuck to it, and everything supported each other properly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 50 points under, actually, turns out, but that's 5 cultists, whatever. You took down the War Dogs really quickly, as you should have, so you wiped out the biggest threat to your vehicles. And then my Knights, luckily, did manage to cross No Man. This is a terrible board. This is a horrible board.
Well, it is horrible. It is a mess. Chaos is a mess. Our planet is in a mess.
Well, no, I mean...
And it currently is still in a mess.
I mean, the core rulebook specifically says, please don't have a no man's land, but that was very thematic and cool. I don't have a complaint about that.
Yeah,
it was just, I'm running a very melee-focused Chaos Army facing a gun line of Armoured Might, and there's a no man's land. Honestly, it pretty much was going to be
But I didn't expect the ending to be like this. No way.
Oh, but I'm still here.
You are still there.
What you say.
So he will go back into the warp.
Yeah.
And then the forces of the Imperium will report back to say that there is a chance of escaping with regards to forwarding our many regiments back to the many fortress worlds surrounding Cadia and reinforce the line. So this sector has been secured. The 501st have achieved their objective here by securing this sector. Congratulations, Commander.
Knuckleheads.
The Knuckleheads, yes. Congratulations, Maxfield Knuckles. Colonel Maxfield Knuckles. Congratulations, sir. You have secured victory in this game. So there you go. Do watch the end credits of this video as to how you can get involved on the YouTube channel. And thank you, Lucas, for coming down and volunteering to participate on the channel for the first time. Do check out his social media pages on his Twitter,
and
Instagram, and the podcast. All the links will be in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy wargaming. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Leave a comment below as to which is your favourite unit, formation, or what Imperial Guard regiment you collect. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel for more upcoming content. And hit the bell button so you'll be notified about the next episode. And share this video with as many people as possible. Do check out my social media pages for more pictures and information. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to support my channel, there are plenty of ways to do so. Head over to the Etsy store today to grab exclusive merchandise. If you want to book up a game with me, do contact me through my email address. And then, of course, I'm on Patreon. Patrons help support the channel tremendously. These are all the current members that are supporting me right now, and I'd like to thank them all very much for continuously supporting the channel. Without their support, this content would not be possible. There are 20 tiers to choose from. Whether you choose the Cadians or that of the Ultramarines chapter, any donation, however big or small, will be greatly appreciated. And a big shout out to my sponsors: GoblinGaming, Sea Studios, Gammat.eu, The Magnet Baron, and Southend-on-Sea Wargames Group, aka SSWG. GoblinGaming have very kindly set up an affiliation link for my channel. Using the affiliation link, when purchasing items for all your hobby needs, helps support the channel in a big way. Do check out the Striking Scorpion 82 Plus channel website for monthly content when it comes to unique videos and that of extra battle reports and Tactica videos. More information featured in this video is in the video description below. Thank you for watching, and happy wargaming. For honour, and for glory, and for Cadia, Cadia will stand.